All right, so who wants to do the recap?
I mean, I can, if you want
Do
me
it.
to.
Do it.
So we started off the session after Maurice uh, performed an abortion on a some sort of eldritch abomination, and ghosts weren't very happy about that, and the mansion kind of started falling apart. But we managed to break our way out of the room through a secret door, get past some traps, which included a couple of ghostly figures, one of which was like a screaming old man that we cultists were coming after, and we Tarmac was able to distract them with a yelling magical bauble, and we got
Yeah.
attacked by a giant spider on the stairs that Cuvier was able to drive away. Made it upstairs, and Areta performed a birth in order to get us out onto a balcony, in which all of us except for Cuvier committed suicide on said balcony because suicide is badass.
Ghosts
Ghosts
aren't
aren't
real.
real.
Ghosts aren't real.
And then we made it outside, and we ran into Anastasia, who was having a conversation in her carriage.
A
And
Strahd wife.
yeah,
Well, one of the Strahd wives.
she gave us a gift basket and made fun of us, and then drove away.
Tarmac fucking tried his hard to simp.
Don't worry, you can simp for her. I support it.
No,
And then
not
we saw a raven
I mean-
with blue-tipped wings that guided us to town.
It's more of
We
a
found
survival
out
simp.
that, found out that there was some sort of plague in town. There was like 15% of the houses were boarded up with like sick people inside of them. We tried to make our way to the
Dead
tavern.
inside.
We ran into Old Granny, who gave us some pies, and
Are
Some
you
magic
over
did not
property
give her
rights?
the
that are-
deed to her windmill.
Some magical pies that are hella sus.
Oh,
I mean,
hella
they're
sus.
probably drugs.
I mean, she told us they were
Yeah.
drugs.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
did. She
magical
told you they were
drugs.
drugs.
Which is like, how do you? This is some high quality magic to have access in this town where like zombies aren't even a thing.
And then we ran into Ismark, and he invited us back to his house, and we kind of talked for a while. And along the way, we ran into a family being run out of their house by her like father, who had died after drinking the water and turned into a zombie, and we killed him after definitely knowing that he was dead first. That definitely happened first.
I mean, like,
Um,
I that was a manufactured.
I couldn't
controversy.
hear any heartbeat. I couldn't hear any breathing. He was totally dead. We definitely checked beforehand.
All right. After 6 seconds, he was dead for sure.
And then we joined up with Ismark, and he invited us to. Well, we met his sister, Arena, and he wanted our help keeping her safe because she's caught Strahd's attention. He's like trying to court her in some way, in a very, very creepy way that is not reciprocated. And then we went and helped Ismark bury his father and met Father Donovich at the chapel up above, and there was like his son screaming in the basement that he was hungry and he wanted to get out.
You know,
And we
regular
met,
teen stuff.
Who was the other guy we met? Rahadin, who when he got close to us, we could hear like screams of tormented souls and stuff, but he was actually pretty nice. Like, besides that.
And I mean,
then-
hey, sometimes tormented souls screams.
It's true. And then we met the big bad guy of the campaign, Bildrath, who was
Fucking-
the shopkeep, who is going to cause us to start a communist revolution in the society because
Tarmac really likes him.
filthy capitalist. And his brother, whose name is escaping me,
You mean his
Periwinkle.
nephew?
Periwinkle, who is an amazing human being, who Tarmac
Periwinkle, but with
framed for a crime.
listen.
And then we
Listen.
determined that there was probably some sort of zombie with like giant pus sacks that got into the water, and that's why everyone's
Yeah.
becoming infected and dying. And that's where we left off.
Mm-hmm.
I am actually, the more I think about it, I'm kind of sus about the fact that there exists like this old lady that is capable of mass producing like magical dream pies, but has absolutely zero input on a zombie plague.
I mean, we didn't ask her about it. Maybe
Touche.
she's got input.
It's not like she lives in town.
Yeah,
Oh, does
lives
she
out of
not?
town.
No, she squats at an
Oh,
old
yeah,
windmill
that's out of town. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oops, sorry.
that she has no right being at.
Why are you so mean to this old lady?
Yeah, Kufier, I'm starting to question.
She's trespassing, man.
I mean, I feel like she's got squatters' rights at this point, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I leave it to the
Or-
hands of the law of the
don't
land.
have
We
rights.
question Strahd about it. And it's on him now.
Yeah, we
Literally,
sent a
like,
message back to
show
Strahd
up at
asking
the-
him about.
Show up at Castle Ravenloft, like beat up Strahd, and then halfway through he's gonna be like, "Why are you guys even here?" And we're like, "We actually wanted your help in settling a land dispute."
Yeah, we filed the proper paperwork, and you didn't get back to us within the allotted 30 days. So we're here to lodge a complaint.
Yeah, it's like raiding the fucking White House, saying, "Hey, I got some people living in my trailer that I've asked about for like a month already. When are
These
you gonna
people
get
showed
back?"
up and are like, technically you don't live here, but we can't find the person who's supposed to. So
Only semi-related, but have you guys read that story about the dude who fucking like had some stuff of his demolished like via eminent domain, and so he built a giant fucking
Bulldozer.
death killdozer
Yep.
and just demolished a shit ton of buildings in town?
Yes, actually.
Iconic.
Yep. All right.
Wasn't that
So-
like? Wasn't there like an anniversary of that a few days ago?
Yeah, it wasn't long ago.
Parker, you get an inspiration that lasts
Ooh.
until the end of this session.
I'm gonna totally forget to use that, like I did the last one.
Yep. There's a reason I make them last only until the end of the session. Those of you that can use the side tube, it has been posted in chat. And if I remember correctly, you guys had just left off investigating the well, right?
I think we were trying to decide what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think we just heard good wandered up towards the castle. But we were like, we gotta go and finish first.
Yeah. Cuvier, you might want to turn on either push to talk or crisp. Getting a lot of background noise from you. All right. So, yeah, what would you guys like to do?
Is the site open?
It
Yeah,
is.
I
It has been
posted it in
posted
general.
in general.
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is actually open D&D Beyond.
What?
We had an entire like introduction to the session from last session. You didn't open it up then.
No.
Have you
Sounds
not met Colin? Yes. So would you like to describe? You guys occasionally heard of a few of the things Maurice did in the meantime. But what else was Maurice working on while everyone else was doing this? Because you didn't go out with them into town. You just back in the room that had been lent to you.
Was Maurice even
Yeah.
conscious at this point? I thought Maurice
Yes.
took a pie and just went out.
He took a small not huckleberry. Yeah, no, was it huckleberry? Yeah, huckleberry pastry.
You're all right? I'm just like poking Maurice. You good?
Yes.
You're
Yeah.
not- like you didn't get poisoned by that pie? Because I
No,
took
this
it, and I
pie
want to
is-
know if you're feeling anything weird.
No, this pie is great.
Yeah, okay. I've been feeling okay so far, other than like the strange soullessness that we felt after waking up. But like, you know, we've all had a little bit of that, right?
Usually.
Yeah. Anyway. What are we doing? We're going to the well. So Clippius, you certain this is like a not magical plague, or like this is like
Well,
disease stuff?
I've investigated a bit with some of my magic, and best I'm able to ascertain, it's some sort of poisonous creature that's causing this. With our knowledge of what we've seen so far, I would guess that it is some sort of infected zombie of sorts that's unleashing some sort of bile into the water system, and if you consume enough of it, it turns you.
Okay. So we can add.
We can remove the source of it, although, to be honest, the only thing that I worry about is if there's enough bile already in the water. I'm not exactly sure what we can do to really fix that, besides stopping more from going in.
Oh man, remember when we just drank from that well in the middle of that house?
Yes,
But there
sadly.
wasn't bile in it.
No, I'm just
Not that
saying
we
we
know
got
of.
really lucky.
Uh,
Does anyone here have the ability to like detect poison and disease?
I do, that's how I was testing the water.
Oh, okay. Well,
And then we took a long rest just now, right? Didn't we?
I think we took one before we did all this.
I'm currently sitting at
Yes, you
21
guys
out of
just-
21 with 13 temp HP.
Yeah.
Yes. You should have temp HP as well as have taken a long rest if you ate a dream pie.
However, I
Those of you
did
that
use a
didn't-
catapult.
Yes.
You did use a catapult.
dream pie.
Also,
I
should
would
we,
like to point out you guys did have a letter from that was given to you by Anastasia in the gift basket for Ismark that has not been delivered to him.
All right, Clippius, you're our like paper person. You're holding on to the letter, right?
You also haven't
Probably.
opened it yet.
Yeah.
It is in a sealed end.
Can I like? Okay, I'm gonna go over to Clippius and be like, okay, so like, this is a letter for Ismark, right?
Yes, we haven't given it to him yet.
Do you think we can like hold it up to some light or something and try and like read it through the envelope?
I'm not exactly keen on reading others' letters. Is there something you think we could ascertain from it that he wouldn't just tell us?
Well, that's what we want to know.
You know, thinking of testing how much he actually trusts us.
Well, I want to know if like, because for all we know, like, I don't trust anyone in Barovia. All right,
I mean,
you shouldn't trust me, honestly.
I don't ever since the moment of your arrival in that tavern.
Good. That means you. I guess that's not good. Good. But Tarmac realized what he was saying there for a second. A brief moment of self-awareness. It's like, but I want to know if this guy maybe has some kind of like, there might be some kind of deal he's going with. Like maybe he's thinking he's keeping the option of giving up his sister open or something.
How about this? I wish no part in partaking of somebody else's private information, but how about I lend you the letter to give to Ismark, and whatever you do with it in the meantime, you don't tell me.
Okay, but we should probably deal with the well first, if we're already on our way to the well.
Yes, I think it would be prudent to remove the source before it gets worse.
Yeah, it's high priorities.
You found the source?
No, but the concentration of disease and poison in this well was stronger than the others. So whatever the source is somewhat closer to this.
How do you think we're gonna clean this up?
I don't know if we can, but best to remove the source at least. Not let it get worse.
Alright.
There are ways
Are
of
we?
purifying water, but this is a very large scale. I'm not exactly sure what use it would be.
Okay, so are we like at the well at this point?
Yes, you guys easily enough can make your way over to the well. Yeah, what would you...
Sorry, I ran out on you, by the way. I could not listen to another word of that asshole, that shopkeep.
Oh, Yeah.
I'm not
Speaking
exactly
of
a fan
which,
of people taking advantage of other people.
actually, speaking of which,
Real
Cormac
quick,
goes to
before you
reach into
say
his pack,
anything,
looks
are you
up,
guys
sees
together?
Cuvier,
Uh,
puts his pack back behind his back.
We have an asshole shopkeep. How come I wasn't told about this?
You were kind of
Oh
zonked out
yeah,
on the
he's
couch.
the person we were talking about with the communist revolution.
Oh, I have to
He,
meet this man.
He charges 10 times price, refuses to haggle, and has a massive, dumb, friendly, nice man that totally believes everything he says and has like 20 strength.
This
What
is
does
fine.
this 20 strength mean there, Tarmac?
well, that seems like a very arbitrary measurement. What does
Yes, it's a
entail?
weird number out of.
Well,
Like,
I
what's it
usually
out of, like,
it's just a measurement
100?
scale I came up
50?
with in my my travels. Usually
Really?
5 indicates the average commoner.
that? Utterly fascinating. You'll have to explain it to me sometime.
You ever heard of dice?
I'm familiar with the concept, yes.
What about the platonic solids? I'm sorry. What is in an explorer's pack again? Oh, wait,
A lot of stuff.
Speaking of which, I
Would-
don't think I actually added
Everything except the rations are in that. There are no rations in that explorer's pack.
It's a backpack, a bedroll, a mess kit, tinderbox, 10
Speaking of which,
torches, a
let me
water skin, and
actually
pepper rope.
add that to my inventory.
I would be glad to meet this man at some point.
Well, you can always go to Bildrath's Mercantile. Here, let me drag you guys over to the map of the village of Barovia. Bildrath's
Can we put tokens where we're at right now, or does it matter?
It doesn't really matter, but you totally can if you want to.
I'll just do it for sake so I can remember.
Remind me again, what's with the dashed line?
I have no idea. I didn't make it, someone else did. And someone just made a dashed line, and I'm not sure who it was.
Looks like probably the path we came in. Because this was Eastmark's house, right?
Oh, they made this in the worst possible way. Oh, thank God.
I couldn't possibly be the person whose color is gray when drawing things.
Oh, Colin, please, no.
Who
No,
would that
dash
be?
line.
Oh,
What is that thing?
What thing?
The dash line.
It's just people fucking
Oh.
around. But yeah,
Indiana Jones
so
again.
the well is right over here by Clippius. Bildrath, you are actually like right behind Bildrath's Mercantile.
Fuck.
Is there something you wish to acquire from him, Maurice?
No, I just want to meet him. It sounds like he mistreated my friends.
By all means, if you wish to go make introductions, I can do a bit more research on this.
it wasn't anything personal, Maurice.
Just
He didn't
Be nice
mistreat
to
us
Periwinkle,
because he doesn't
alright?
like us.
he doesn't
Periwinkle?
deserve he doesn't
Assume he's
deserve anything
mistreating a
bad
lot of
happening to
people.
him at all.
Who's Periwinkle?
His
His
nephew.
very nice nephew, who is big and dumb and very nice, but for some reason believes everything he says, almost like it's a plot device.
I don't know why there's so much background noise being picked out.
There for a second.
Say that again, Brian?
I felt the world shatter there for a second.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so whatever you guys want to do, just let me know.
Maurice, maybe we should deal with the well first.
We can deal with the well first. And then you
Well,
guys
I
show me your
can,
friend.
So does the well have like a rope and a bucket?
Yep. Has a rope and a bucket, and it seems to lead down. It's smaller up top, like maybe less than 5 feet in diameter. But as you go down further, maybe right around 5 feet in diameter, it seems to open up a little, which you would have gathered by dropping your coin down into the water below.
Is the like wench that's holding the rope up strong enough for like somebody to slide down, or
You mean
May-
winch?
Winch, yeah.
The wench.
The wench.
The
that's
wench.
getting up the
Just a random lady
A
just.
hot wire
Here's a
wench
rope.
just sitting up
Either
in
a generic intelligence check or some sort of like carpenter's tools check if you're proficient.
do not have carpenter's tools check? So
Or if you think there's another skill that would work better.
only other thing I could do would be like investigation, just like try tugging on it a
Investigation,
little
yeah.
bit, but-
Why don't you do investigation? I like that.
I will help.
All right, do it with advantage.
Okay.
Honestly, me and Clippius are the fucking like detectives.
Yeah. Okay, so it doesn't look like it'd be quite strong enough to hold up. Like maybe one person, but someone like Areta, definitely not.
Right. And you said it's like 60 feet down?
Yeah, it looks like a fairly significant way down.
Hmm.
You do see, like, should you get a long rope, there are probably numerous things you could secure it to around here. But
Tarmac magically produces 50 feet of hempen rope out of his pack, as
Hey, that's-
nonchalantly as possible.
Quite convenient. You've been keeping that.
I picked
Where'd
it
you
up
get that
while
pack
we were
from?
in the. It was one of the boxes in the house. I picked it up. I must have forgot to mention it. Roll on a deception check.
Yeah, gonna insight check that one.
Ah, do I want to insight check that
Nope.
one?
Definitely nope.
oh boy! All right, let's see this.
Just like,
Let's see this deception check there, bud.
I'm try. It. I thought I rolled it. Oh, okay. There we go.
Oh, did it go?
It hasn't rolled in roll 20.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
So you roll a 24.
You rolled a
24,
24.
As far as you can tell, Tarmac seems to be being truthful.
I would have had to roll a nat 20 in order to see through that. Fuck.
Rogues, man.
There's a reason I have fucking expertise in deception, and that is it.
well, if you would like to attempt to slide down, you're more than welcome to. I can remain up top and be ready
why
at a
has it
moment's
gotta
notice
be
to
me?
catch somebody if the worst should happen.
Because you're the sneakiest out of all of us.
And you're the one with the rope.
And you're the one that I
Let me
don't
just-
trust to have behind me.
I'm gonna can I have something in like my Thieves' Tools or Adventurers kit to like plug my nose in case I accidentally fall in?
Um,
Just
I don't
like
want
a
to
clothespin.
accidentally.
sure.
Yeah, I don't want to accidentally ingest any water if I fall in.
Okay. Yeah, you find, well, looking around, you see there are several clotheslines hanging up, and you see at least one has a clothespin on it. Sort of.
Yoink!
Tarmac, that's not yours.
It's for the good of the town.
Just return it when we get back.
He's not
Tarmac
going
opened
to.
the chest.
Okay, so we tie up the rope at the top, I assume.
Kuvir will remember this.
And how are you gonna get down there?
Maybe we should try and fish it out first or something. 'Cause, like, we think it's a corpse, right?
Oh, I think it's not just like a hole. There's like a whole area under there that this leads to.
Shit.
Am I wrong about that? That's what I thought we were
No,
looking
it's
at.
like there looks to be a little deeper groundwater area underneath.
Oh, if I whistle really loud, can I see like the bottom of the well? Like, if it seems like there's like a tunnel coming out of it?
Make a. This is gonna be really tough.
I'll give
make-
guidance.
'cause, like,
whatever it is.
Make a
Like-
perception check with disadvantage.
It's gonna roll with advantage, just take the lower one. Oh, 4.
You can add a D4. I'm giving
You can add a D4.
Oh,
It seems to be fairly deep,
8.
but as the sound gets down there, there's too many surfaces that it reflects off of, and it quickly becomes discordant, and you're unable to build a distant full picture of it in your mind with what
Okay.
comes back.
All right. Before heading down, first tie myself with the rope. I'm gonna magically produce a torch out of my backpack. Light it with my tinderbox.
Where'd
that you
get that
also
stick?
magically produce out of the backpack.
No, I had the tinderbox.
Oh,
Oh, he
okay.
had it.
I'm preparing my wand.
It just
and
looks like a
standing at
stick
the
to me because I
edge of
can't
the,
see flame.
Yeah,
standing at the edge of the well to cast Featherfall if he takes a dive.
Would it make more
So I've
sense
got-
to use the light spell as opposed to a torch if we're going to somewhere with water?
True.
Magic bitches.
I
Forgot about
light
that.
up the clothespin on his nose.
Ow!
Well, if
Goddamn Rudolph. Okay, so I put the torch at the top just to signal that I'm down there, I guess, and I start to sort of rappel my way down.
that way people don't throw
I'd
the
like you
bucket
to,
down.
So for the first bit, make me one athletics check. As this, it's easy enough as there's just
Can
a
it be
nice wall.
acrobatics?
No, this is athletics.
I'm not doing this then.
To go down?
This doesn't. I can't do this.
Really?
You can have
I am
someone
not-
lower you down. But like,
This.
You
I'm
can,
not.
like-
It's not my strength that I'm using here. I'm rappelling down.
still holding on. You're secured to only by being tied
What's
to the
an
bottom of the-
acrobatics check then, Gary?
making it making it.
No, yeah, I can't do this then.
I'm
It's gotta be
sorry.
someone else.
If you have a really good argument why this would be acrobatics and not athletics, but I
feel like
personally always see
acrobatics
something
literally
is a
only
lot of
have to
like
support my
falling
own
and going
weight,
down and stuff
and
like
it's
that.
mostly just managing my balance as I'm.
All right, make
down.
it an acrobatics check. Is your Beyond 20 connected?
Very
I haven't,
slow.
because I haven't seen any of your rolls appear in D Beyond.
Yeah,
in
it
roll
says.
20 yet.
Oh, I think I have to restart it because roll 20 wasn't open when I opened my
No
sheet.
worries. Yeah, just if it's not working, it's not a problem. It just makes it easier for me. Or you can even roll with real dice.
I'm just refreshing it.
All right.
I don't have real dice on me, TBH. I accidentally left them. Apparently, they roll. D&D Beyond rolled a 1 on its API check. Is the way that it's phrasing it.
Nice.
Always good.
Give me a moment.
No worries. If it's not working, just use D&D Beyond for now. Just make sure to tell me the check.
You can see it in the game log on D&D Beyond.
He rolled a 22.
Yeah, but it's okay. Yeah. Well, thank God that you saw that because the roll I just made in roll 20
All
is a
right.
12.
So yeah, quite easily you're able to make it down the first half of the well. However, as you reach towards the bottom of it, it appears that it is more of it opens up a little, and there's less of a wall for you to support yourself against.
Yeah, so I'm just going to sort of step off and like let myself hang and look around.
Looking around, make me a perception check.
21.
21. All right. So at like just kind of spaced randomly and kind of drifting as though there seems to be a slight current here. You see
so this is
5
like-
corpses.
5. God
Yes.
damn. Okay.
Some they appear to be very waterlogged and like a little bloated. And you're pretty sure you saw one of them twitch.
Okay, I
Damn,
saw
you're
one of
ugly.
them twitch then.
Yeah, and like as you look longer, you see every once in a while one of them will move a little bit.
Okay, so how far are they from me?
Sorry, the distances are a little nebulous
Yeah.
for this.
I just want to make sure that I'm not at risk of being grabbed by one when I try
None
what
of
I'm
them
about
are
to
within
try.
grabbing range of you. In fact, they're not on
Okay.
the surface of the water. They are under the water.
Oh, okay. I'm going to shout
In
back
fact,
up.
Looking at them, it appears that some of them have like rocks and stuff tied to their feet.
Oh,
Ooh, interesting.
that's malicious.
Yeah.
I'm going to yell back up. We got about five drowners down here. Looks like someone tied rocks to their feet. I don't know if they're still alive. I'm gonna try and take a pot shot at one of them.
Okay, be
If I-
safe.
If I yell, just fucking pull me up.
And
I'll put my
Quipius,
hands on the
make
ropes and get
make
ready to pull.
Make either a history or a nature check for me.
Do history.
All right, so based on what you remembered before, you would know it would be the presence of like the necrotized flesh from a zombie in the drinking source, plus any fluids, like some of them in particular have like the large pustules which are leaking other fluid.
I
That's
probably
what's-
shouldn't shoot any while they're down here.
Which like them being like the presence of them down there, even if killed again, would still
Yeah,
encourage
we
the
have
plague.
to remove them.
Oh yeah. Do you say that?
Be careful about shooting them. We're going to need to remove them entirely to solve the problem, so don't, put them
Oh,
into
yeah.
little bits or something.
Touche. I was mostly just wanted to check if any of them were alive, but I guess I should really be careful about hitting them with a crossbow bolt.
So long as they don't explode.
They look like they are pretty bloated. I actually, honestly, can't tell you they won't.
Better safe than sorry then.
Any ideas on how to extract these guys?
Or if they're chained down with rocks, perhaps if we were able to remove the bindings. That's if
So
they're even
is
still
how
alive.
does this look like it might actually be part of like an underground like river or anything? Like if we set these guys loose, is it possible that we might just lose them?
It does look like you
Oops.
do see one that's kind of bouncing against a far wall. It seems whatever outlets there might be from this area, it might be closer to like an aquifer or like just it's more of like sea, but it's just there's definitely a light flow of water in there, but it's not very strong. So like perhaps it would clear itself out eventually, but not while they're in there.
Okay. Well, we got two options, the way that I see it. One of us can try and tie a rope around them. Dangerous. Or we can try and stab a rope into them. Also dangerous. And less likely to work. Well, safer, but less likely to work is what I should say.
Any volunteers?
I might be able to pull them towards us.
It's worth a shot.
Oh, yeah. I remember you did that one, like, grappling hook thing that didn't quite work. But,
Yes,
like,
with
it was
the,
pretty
with
cool,
the
though.
Thorns,
Yeah, as you're
All
down
right.
there looking at the zombies, you do look at them, and they their green flesh looks particularly soft, and you're pretty sure you see one that even has a broken arm as well. Like they appear to be very decomposed even for zombies.
Any force is likely to cause these guys to fall apart, but then again, that makes me suspicious of the possibility of tying a rope around them anyway.
Well, something that
But then
we might
again,
have to
tying
end
a
up
rope
doing
around
is going down there. If one of them is still alive, maybe not even alive, but undead. If it is still undead, we'll have to kill it anyways.
Does anyone have a net, like a big one?
No,
Scoop
but
net
that's
like
a good
like
idea.
fishing net, yeah.
You did see
No,
a
but
couple of nets in Bildrath's shop.
Bildrath shop.
Hey Maurice, would you like to take a trip with me?
Absolutely, sir.
Hey, wait, pull me up first.
No, just leave you hanging
Just start
down
walking away. No.
No, we need you to keep
Hey.
eyes on them. We'll be back.
As you're looking at the zombies, you see a different one from the one you saw Twitch before, kind of like wave its arms and like try to move a little bit. Like it still seems capable of moving before like stopping and floating in the water again.
I'm making sure that I'm still well above the water.
Oh,
right?
you're still well above. Like none of
Okay.
them have any chance of reaching you,
Yeah.
but they're just like in response to a stimulus, one of them reacted.
How like
Okay,
deep
yeah,
is
yeah.
the water? Like how far down are they?
It's really hard to tell in the uneven light, but it maybe like they're maybe between 5 and 10 feet below the surface
Okay,
of the
so
water.
not like 40 or something like
No.
that. Gotcha.
Wait, they're 5 or 10 feet below the surface of the water. Does that mean that how low are they floating above the bottom?
They're not too far off the bottom. In fact, most of them are like down near the bottom. It seems the rocks that have been tied to them in various ways are keeping them lower in the water column. So, like, one of them looks like its foot had come off. You see a foot down at the bottom covered in rocks, and one of them's a little higher than the others.
Okay, so it's not like they're like tied down with rocks holding onto the ropes or something. Like the rocks are tied
to them. Yeah, the rocks are tied to them.
They're harmless.
Well, depends on your definition of harmless.
I'm almost certain if it tried to grab you, the arm would fall off.
Okay, if you want to risk it, Maurice.
Looking further, you see that leg that has fallen off and it's toward the bottom kind of moves a bit on its own. Like it flexes slightly.
All right,
You
all right.
want out of
Okay,
there?
pull me up. I'm tapping out temporarily, at least.
All right, get him out of
I
there.
start pulling him up.
Yeah,
Oh,
everyone's
so-
able to pull you up, no problem whatsoever.
Take the clothespin off my nose.
The still glowing clothespin.
I go, and I put it, still glowing, back on the clothesline.
Thank you.
Well, any thoughts?
They're soft. I think the net's the best bet we got.
Can't suppose we could convince Bildraft to act out of the kindness of his heart for his fellow citizen.
Or we can
Well, he might do
certainly
it for
that.
himself.
Well,
We can
self-preservation
certainly
is a hell of a thing.
Let me put it. I've got a better idea. We go and we buy the net, and then we charge it as an expense to Ismark.
Well, I don't know if we want to go screwing over a friend. Seems they're hard to
Oh,
come by around here.
I more meant we go to him and be like, we solved the zombie plague. It cost us this much money.
Not opposed. I'm not exactly looking to get rich, so.
Alternatively, we could maybe talk to Bildrath and use his ego against him. Maybe convince him that he could flaunt the fact that his equipment saved the town or something. And
I
If you
would
will.
literally rather pay for it than have him think that. Or anyone think that.
If by all means, if somebody who's
Fuck
a bit more of a
Bildrath.
people person wants to try to make that deal, feel free.
I'd love to meet Bildrath and discuss.
You know what, Maurice? Let's pat Maurice in the back. You got this.
You know, I said I never wanted to set foot in that man's shop ever again, but this I cannot miss.
I am not going in there with Maurice. Maurice is a lone agent here.
We're all just like at the window, like
Looking in.
looking in.
Alright, so Maurice is just going in. Nobody else going with
Yeah.
him.
I can
No,
go in with her.
Oh, damn
Oh,
it.
you're gonna
I'll
go
with
with
you.
her.
I'll go
Yeah.
with you. Yeah.
the better does everybody.
All right. So who all went into the shop?
I'll
Okay.
go.
So Maurice, Clippius, and Cuvier, you all go into the shop. Cuvier, you hear as you guys are coming in the last 2 bits of a conversation where it sounds like Bildrath is apologizing actually to Periwimple for yelling at him the previous day. And like Periwimple's like, "Oh, don't worry about it, Uncle. It's okay. I'm just really clumsy." It's like, "Yeah, but I shouldn't."
Give me a moment. Let me
Stops upon hearing the door open and turns and goes and is like, "Oh, it's you guys again."
Upon hearing this, the people next to Tarmac see him Tarmac visibly like get like a mortified look on his face a little bit. I rolled a 9 on my internal deception check for how much Tarmac could lie to himself.
And so as you go in, and Builder's like, welcome. You decide to buy something this time.
I walk in like pouting as like this small drow elf woman. Sir, I have been recommended to visit your shop. I've ran into a bit of a problem. What is your net worth?
I'm sorry.
What is your net worth?
Do you want to buy a net? I have nets for sale.
But what is it worth?
It's like 20 marks.
Is that what it cost you to acquire?
I'm sorry, that fucking pun
What it's
got
being
me
sold
bad.
for.
What is your net worth?
Hard
I have
to
a
get
shitty
products here. Have to pay Vistani for them, or have them made.
What's his assistant
Deal?
doing?
Periwimple's over there. Like, you walked in, he's just sort of staring at you. Like, if upon noticing you look, he kind of tries to look away, but he's just sort of staring at you. In fact, you make eye contact with him, and he blushes.
What are you looking at?
Didn't come
Oh,
across.
I'm sorry, miss. You're really pretty.
Oh, no, it's okay. Don't have to be embarrassed.
Like, I have to go stock this shelf. He
No, stay.
steps back.
I have a question. Hold on.
Builder's like, let the boy work. If you have any questions, you can ask me.
But I have a question for the boy.
What's your question for him?
I'm gonna ask him. What's his name?
Periwimple.
Periwimple.
He looks.
This
Kind of peeks around and looks at you.
this
What's your net
I'm
worth?
trying to buy is gonna be very heavy. Could you be able to help me carry it outside?
He looks at Bildrath, and Bildrath shrugs like, if you buy it. And don't keep the boy too long. No, like he's like he needs to be back soon for work. Like, he can carry it out, he has to come back.
Bring him back before 11. Don't do anything crazy, you two.
Strict curfews here in Barovia.
I mean, there probably are, but like for entirely unrelated reasons.
It's probably more sundown rather than
Like,
11.
well, do you want the net or not?
Yeah.
I do. Periwimple, could you please go get it for me?
Bildrath rolls his eyes. Periwimple goes over, gets the net, and puts it on the counter.
Mm-hmm. And then I look down and I start. How much was it?
20 marks, which is the equivalent of 10 gold pieces.
I assume I have that. I start counting it out.
Do you?
And then
How much money do you guys have? I
I
don't
have
think
no
you
idea.
actually have 10
I'm pretty
gold.
sure in
Yeah.
total, if
We
like
have like 10 gold.
Yeah.
Artusha, you don't realize why we were fucking gonna start a communist revolution.
Oh,
That's-
I have more than 10 gold. I'm just refusing to pay this guy.
no,
I
like
don't have that. Yeah.
the problem that we have is that we have like 2 gold each or something like that.
Yeah.
But then we have like gems and stuff that's worth more.
And we can't sell them to anyone. Actually,
we can sell
also
them to
we could
him.
maybe sell them to Bildrath, but like
He's not
fuck
gonna get
Bildrath.
Yeah. I start counting out some gold pieces, and like start counting out silver pieces, and then mid that, can I hex him for his wisdom?
All of us fucking peeking over the window. Just
Oh, I went in with him. I'm leaning up against the
Oh,
door.
okay.
I'm right there too. I'm like, what the
Um,
hell are you doing?
So it's verbal, somatic, and material.
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to be super sneaky about it, or like what? Like how are you?
I'm
How are you
pretending to count coins, but actually, like mid that, I sneak in that incantation.
make a performance check for me, or a deception check.
I am the deception. Did that work?
Yep.
Yes. You're able to successfully cast hex on him for his wisdom. Kind of shakes his head. He's like, rubs his arm. He's like, ugh, it's cold in here.
Oh, I'm deeply sorry. I have I put 10 silver pieces on the
Okay.
table. So I have the rest of the change out there. Do you mind if I go grab it?
Sure, but the net stays here.
No, Periwinkle will bring it to me.
When you bring the rest of the money, he'll bring you the net.
I still can't get over what's your net worth. I just thought I'd say that.
So stupid. I love it.
Where did Periwinkle grab the nets from, by the way?
He went in. There was
Can't we just make a net out of
over
the
in
rope?
one of the corners.
Not really. Like we can try. Okay, like one of the corners. Like, is it a corner I can see from the entrance? And is the corner they can currently see?
Hold on, I hadn't really considered that.
I need to know the geometry.
Tell
of
me
this
what you're
situation.
trying to do.
While they're distracted, I'm just gonna at the door, kick it open just slightly with my foot, catapult one of the nets, and just run.
So
And
he
grab
doesn't
it
really
and
have
run.
a pile of nets. He
Okay.
had
Yeah.
one.
Okay, that's what I was
And
asking.
it's currently on the table. Yeah,
Yeah.
You notice even in the shop, there's not a lot of supplies in here. Like there's a
Yeah.
variety, but there's like one of each thing, sometimes two. For stuff that's a little more expensive, like a net, there is only one. I mean, I guess nets aren't crazy expensive, but they aren't.
Not a lot of fishing.
There's other
going on here.
fishing
Like a
supplies in
fishing
here,
village.
but not.
Can we get a
but
fishing pole?
You could get a fishing pole. Here,
Is there
yes.
a Curse of Strahd fishing minigame?
There could be.
Yeah, it's a mod for Stardew Valley. It's pretty good, actually.
God. Did Maurice go back outside to
Yeah, Maurice,
get more
you
stuff?
had.
I went outside and I'm standing there thinking.
While Maurice went back outside, I kind of want to talk to Bildrath a little bit.
He looks at you placidly.
Who are the Vistani that you get your supplies from?
There's a couple different ones that come by. Whoever happens to be passing through, usually on their way back in from the mist, still have something.
What do you mean back from the mist?
They're the only people that can leave. Everyone knows that. Strahd lets them.
Why?
Not sure. Probably all work for him.
They're immune to the mist. Does that make them the Mistani?
I would disconnect you if I didn't want to mess with it, if I weren't afraid of messing with the session. Thank you.
Can't disconnect me if I do it myself.
Where do they get their supplies from? Just from
I
wherever
don't
they
know.
travel?
Probably. I don't ask.
How often do they
Find
come
it's
by?
wise not to ask too many questions. It varies. I take what I can get.
I was gonna say, because you seem to have a lot of variety, but not very much quantity of some of your supplies. Is that just because you're running low, or because they don't come by as often and
They
don't
don't
have as
come
much
by
supplies?
very often.
Gotcha.
Not a lot of business to do around here. Most people make what they need at home.
Gotcha.
Excuse me, sir, I did have one question of you.
Is it about my prices?
No, it isn't actually.
Okay then.
Where do you get your water from?
Sometimes the well, I usually cut it with some wine, but that's been hard to get. Makes it safer to drink.
I see.
Don't we have like 3 bottles of wine?
What if I told you that all the water in this town was poisoned?
Sounds about right for a shithole like this.
What if I told you that it'd kill you?
Well, I'd say I had to drink more wine.
What if I said that you lending us this net for the next hour could make it where you wouldn't have to worry about that?
Make persuasion check. He looks at you. He's like, well, probably couldn't use the net again. Be hard to sell. Tell you what.
Hard to sell to a town with no people in it.
Tell you what. Give me 4 marks, and Periwinkle goes with you to keep an eye on it, and brings it back to me when it's done.
No objections on my part.
Give me my 4 marks, and you can borrow the net.
I believe my friend already left more than enough on the counter, yes?
He looks, scoops it behind the counter, and hands you the net.
I'll just wait for Maurice to come back.
And Periwinkle goes with you.
Wait, how much did Maurice pay for that?
I believe Maurice put 2 gold and 10 silver, right?
I
I
just
will
put
make-
10 silver total.
Oh, 10
I will
silver
make
total.
sure
He
to
wouldn't
get
have
the
taken
other
all of it then. He
6
would have been
silver.
like, this isn't quite enough. I thought you put the 2 gold as well. That was on me.
I'll flip a gold onto it. Because that'll pay for it.
He looks down. He's like, huh, out of town money. All right.
And I take the silver back. Because
Uh,
two marks is worth 1 gold, right?
2 marks is 1 gold. He asked for 4 marks.
Oh. I'll flip a gold on.
All right.
Just 1 gold.
Scoops it behind the desk. It's like,
A pleasure
good
doing
doing
business
business
with
with
you.
you. He nods at you. To you. If you need anything else, you know where to find me.
I'm sure.
He doesn't even smile in response. He just motions to Periwinkle. He's like, Periwinkle, go with them. They're borrowing the net. Bring it back when they're done with it. As soon as they get whatever it is they want out of the well.
Wait, you guys come out.
Yeah, Periwinkle comes out with you, holding the
We
net.
just paid 2 gold to rent a shitty net.
Yeah. And it works.
I know.
At least now we're
I
not
just-
paying 10.
I have some standards, all right? And one of those standards is not financially benefiting scalpers.
If it makes you feel any better, if he had rejected it, I was just going to tell him that I was going to secretly replace all of his water with the poisoned well water for the next week and see how he did.
We can still do that.
Not exactly
No!
in the business of kidding people I make a deal with.
Oh, well, I am in the business of joking about killing people, so you know how it is.
I think we've done enough killing people for the last few days.
I don't believe we've killed a single person. I think.
Depends on your definition of
I don't
person.
know, because Gary considers ghost people, so...
Maurice killed a baby.
I did
a
not.
monster.
Well, you tried your best, Maurice, but something about that man is almost supernaturally annoying.
That's fine.
At least
When
the ghost
he's
kids
in
were
da-
nice.
When he's in danger, he will have to scream 10 times louder to get any help.
And need help. That's what he's got Periwinkle for.
Well, yeah,
Not a
very
Oh,
Oh
well,
no,
as
Periwinkle is mine.
Wow. That's gonna fucking murder Periwinkle and leave him
No,
in
we're
that.
going
No,
to
we're
make
gonna
Periwinkle
fucking
our friend. We're
ransom
going
him.
to save him from the abusive household he lives in.
Mhm.
He's gonna be our rescue follower.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Perry,
He's gonna
you
be our
like
new
movies about
Lancelot.
gladiators.
After the session, I have something really funny to tell you because you said that.
Periwinkle, what if I told you you could spend every day with me?
That'd be
You
really
know.
nice if you could stay here.
Oh, Davey, I don't think that's what she meant.
Oh. What'd she mean?
I have no part in this, by the way. I'm outside. Fuck
You
him.
become free.
Free from what?
Your asshole uncle. Dumb.
Oh no, Uncle Bill Draft is really nice.
Sure about
Is
that?
he?
Yep, he can be. Other people have been mean to him. Uncle Bill Draft is great. He's my best friend.
Out of simple curiosity, what exactly does he do for you?
Oh,
I mean, how's you?
he's great. He cooks for me. I help him around the store. He gives me a place to live. He pays me. He talks to me all the time. A lot of people don't want to talk to me.
Well, that's a shame. You're quite interesting.
He blushes. Yeah, Uncle Bill Draft's the best. He took care of me ever since something happened to my parents.
Quite sorry to hear that. Yes. Well, we'll
It's
make
okay,
sure that
I don't
we,
know him.
We'll make sure that you get
Hey,
back
neither do I.
safely to him. Yes.
Alright.
Just
of course
if-
you
This
wouldn't know
isn't
my
dangerous,
parents.
is it? And besides, I don't
anything-
want to leave him too long. If a customer comes in and is unruly, he won't have me to help him.
Well, if
Doesn't
it's
need your help.
if
No,
it's any
Uncle Bill
consequence,
Draft needs me.
it shouldn't be dangerous, but on the off chance that something does become dangerous, trust us that we're more than capable of taking care of ourselves, and you don't need to worry about that. We'll keep you safe, yeah?
Okay.
Bill Draft, I want you to know.
It's Periwinkle. Are you talking to Bill Draft?
Now who's bad at
Periwinkle, I
names
want you
there,
to know-
Colin?
You mean Tom?
What? No, this is Tom. Periwinkle, I want you to know. Fuck, words are hard. You seem pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks,
And-
you're cool too.
I hope people are nice to you.
Well, you guys have been really nice to me. The last people that came through were also really nice, but I haven't seen them in a while.
Oh, they're probably dead.
Another internal deception check on Tarmac. He's concealing his guilt.
Yes, well, let's take care of business so we can get you back to it, yeah?
Okay.
Are
Yeah,
we still
there's
in
a-
front of the store?
Yeah.
Okay.
The well is like right behind the store. So,
Oh, it is. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
the
if you look
store-
at the map, this is the store, this is the well.
Store is right here, the well is right here.
Yeah.
Well, well,
Hold
well.
on. I'm gonna look at the map. Hang on. Okay.
This is where the store is. This is where the well is.
Okay. I'm gonna duck out of view where the store is.
Okay.
Momentarily disguise myself as his uncle.
That's Bill Draft, okay.
Yeah. Kind of walk out, look into the distance, and just like intentionally audibly say, God, I fucking hate that kid. I hope he doesn't come back. And then pace back into the store, change back into Maurice.
Fuck.
What the
I was not ready. I was not ready.
Give me a
Question.
second.
Can I do an insight check on this?
Yeah. Make a deception check for me, Maurice.
Holy shit!
God damn.
All right.
I got a 10.
Okay. Hold on. Good thing I pulled
Oh,
up the
fuck.
stat block.
Wow!
Oh, it didn't roll it. Why didn't it roll it?
Are you sure you're playing a character and not just you, Artusha? Like, holy shit, dude!
I just want to point out, like, what if we're all wrong and, like, Bildrath is just a really nice guy with obscenely high prices?
I kind of think that might
I
be
mean,
what's happening.
Yeah!
No, he's
Like, he sounds like he treats Periwinkle, like, pretty decently.
I mean, yeah, like, like Tarmac is completely aware that just because you're a piece of shit doesn't mean you're a piece of shit. But
Oh my
also,
God.
Periwinkle immediately
Still hates
bursts
Bildrath.
into tears and runs back to towards the store.
Oh, did he take the net with him?
Yes, he took the net with him.
God damn
Oh,
it!
dearie. Somebody want to go deal with that?
not really.
That was rather out of nowhere, wasn't it? I didn't get that impression from him.
So, here's my question, Gary. Would I have heard Maurice walk in and walk out? Like, because to me, it's just like a person walking in and out, like just turning around, and then it's just like,
You would make, like, you're not super used to picking up on intricacies. You would have heard
Okay.
footsteps.
Yeah.
And then you would have heard a voice that sounded remarkably like Bildrath's
okay.
say that. I mean, it was not quite perfect, but you haven't spoken to Bildrath that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds enough like Bildrath.
Can I burst in there now and be like, why would you say that? You're such an asshole.
Periwinkle is over there, and like, Bildrath's like, what happened, Periwinkle? Like, what did they do to you?
You heard it?
And he's like, you said you hated me. He's like, what? I don't hate. What? And it looks genuinely like confused and is trying to comfort Periwinkle.
Okay,
And
Are
you
we just all outside, like,
What the fuck just happened? Yeah.
Has left and just Tarmac's
okay, well, we still need the net, so you deal with this. We'll be right back.
Wait a second. Let me finish comforting my nephew. He's
Oh, it's
a
your
moment.
fault. Okay,
What?
fine.
What is my fault? He looks like, you're the one that wanted to take him outside. Now he's come back in here crying. What do you mean it's my fault? I haven't done anything. I've been sitting right here.
Periwinkle, what did he say?
Periwinkle's like, but you came outside and said you hated me. And he's like, no, I didn't. I haven't moved. He looks, he's like, did one of
Yeah,
you
would
do
you like to-
something?
say something to him? This might be a good chance.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Clippius? I missed what you said.
Oh, Areta dear, would you like to?
Well, I was
talk
wondering
to
if I could
him?
roll an insight check on this, but
Yeah, you can roll an insight check on that whole situation versus Maurice's deception.
well, I mean, I've already rolled it with against the deception. I was wondering if I could roll to see if if Bildrath is telling the truth.
Oh, yeah, roll an insight on Bildrath.
All right. Well, the dice hate me. I got a 7.
A 7. Bildrath seems to be being entirely honest.
I'll kind of
Sorry.
speak up from the door. We all just... Well, they saw you, and I heard you come out the side door and just say you don't want him back. What the hell was that about?
Why would I not want my best helper back? I've raised him since he was a child. Why would I want him gone?
You tell us. You're the one who we all saw you walk out there, dude.
You know, apparently this is the thanks I get for helping people.
And yet apparently he's not. He doesn't seem to be lying.
Like, he looks genuinely, like, angry and confused. He's trying to comfort Periwinkle, but it's hilarious seeing, like, Periwinkle is towering over him.
It's okay, guys. I got us covered.
Periwinkle's like, so you don't hate me? I was just like, no, I promise, I don't hate you. Why would I hate you? So let's think.
Perhaps the poisoned water situation is getting much worse than we think.
What?
His eyes kind of narrow. He's like, what's that supposed to mean? You guys aren't making something up to try and take advantage of me and my nephew, are ya?
We're trying to help the people of
Wow,
What do you
Barovia.
do here?
We're trying to help the people of Barovia. All we need is to borrow your net. We paid you
Looks
for the
ace.
net.
All right, but he better not come back in here crying again. Kind of.
Oh,
Glowers at you, gives Periwinkle another. He's like, I don't hate you, Periwinkle, I promise. I love you. Gives him a hug. It's like, just sort of looks around. Periwinkle does seem to be forgiving him, unless there's something you guys want to do to try and change that.
I'm outside. I didn't go back in.
oh.
I'm just still standing by the door waiting for Periwinkle to come back out and just like
Yeah,
Yeah, this was all Maurice.
Yeah.
None of us participated in this.
yeah. I like pat Periwinkle on the back. I'm like, you're okay. And then
Okay.
I glare at his uncle and be like, you can do better and you will do better.
Here, the prices
He
are 10
glares, he's
times.
like-
The only way for these prices to be lower is to abuse the only sympathetic PC.
oh.
We abused the poor guy in order to get the pack. Now we're abusing the poor guy in order to try to get cheap prices on that.
Oh yeah, so it's our fault. Yeah, really.
No.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
our fault as a party. The party is what caused this.
Yeah.
Maurice.
He
I walk
glares at you.
out.
He's like, you know what? I don't show up to whatever you do and try and tell you how to make your living and how to handle your family. You better not do the same to me.
Wow, what engaging.
Okay, fine. You made him cry though, and I walk out.
See, at this point, Cuvier is really starting to hate the fact that he doesn't have eyes because he can't do like the. I'm watching you.
Like ears. You point at the ears.
It's like, I'm not exactly sure what just happened there. Is everything good?
I'm just walking back out with Periwinkle, be like, "Hey, man, we've seen weird stuff happen. We don't know. That might have just been some
It's like-
weird mist
have seen
related."
lots
He
of-
kind of sniffles. He's like, please don't yell at Uncle Bill Draft. I don't like seeing people fight.
We're not gonna fight. You're fine. You're okay. You're in good company. You're in good hands.
And he wipes his
Where-
eye.
We're not gonna mistreat you.
He holds out the knife.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Oh, thank
Kinda
you so
like
much.
sit-
You're so nice.
He goes over and like sits up against the wall and kind of like stares off a little bit.
Yeah. Can I give him a hug?
Yeah,
so
he
nice.
gives you a hug. It's like he blushes again.
Thank you for this, Nat. You have no idea how much good you're gonna do. You are amazing.
Does Periwinkle
you.
have to crouch down in order to hug Maurice?
Yes.
'Cause isn't she
Yeah.
like really short?
He crouches down.
How you doing down there, sport?
Yeah. And I walk away with the net smirking, out of sight of Periwinkle.
Oh yeah, he doesn't even notice.
Yeah.
Bitch.
God damn.
In my head, I'm just like, just played your uncle like a flute.
Get the fuck out of here! Jesus fuck! Piss off!
Was that someone in your background?
Yes!
Tarmac left and is at the.
God damn!
I'm just confused by what you mean by played. Do you mean like, played all the wrong notes, or?
He got played.
It was a little unfortunate that he had the net with him because no one had taken it.
Oh,
But
I forgot about that part.
it was quite clever though.
Right.
Well, can some
Well,
this
so-
actually? I wasn't joking earlier. This actually is fairly heavy. Can somebody help me?
I take the net and put it on my shoulder and just like, yeah, I got it.
Alright, I assumed I was going to go and have to throw the net in you.
Well, I mean, I would assume that
How-
we'd have
how
to
big is the net?
lower someone down.
Let's see. It's enough to cover to like completely entangle a medium-sized creature. So, like, you could maybe scoop together a couple of them with it if you were careful, but it'd be easier, probably be easiest to get like one at a time, especially with where they are.
Well, do we want to get a couple of people down there and see what we can do?
Yeah.
I can go down, yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna be much use down there. Considering that A, I can't see, and B, I can't swim, so
I
I'll
don't
stay
know
up
if I can
here
get
and
back
lift the rope.
up if I go down.
Well, can you hold on to the rope? Because I can lower you down and like pull you back up. It would be useful to have somebody up here to help everybody else up.
Is there anything to
Yeah.
stand on down there?
Is it a strength or is it dexterity to be using a net?
Don't know.
I'm gonna say it's strength.
Generally considered a ranged attack, so it's usually dex, I think.
A net is
It's like a special.
so you can. Man,
It's
sorry, nets
considered
are
a-
weird.
Yeah.
You can
Considered
use
a
strength
ranged
with them.
martial weapon. Yeah.
It's a martial range weapon, but it's also considered thrown.
Right.
Yes.
So that means you can use strength or dex with it.
But it doesn't have finesse, does it?
No.
Ranged weapons by default are dex. Because it is thrown, it allows you to use strength. Yeah.
I was gonna suggest that I could use the net, as I'm probably the only one strong enough to, reel it back in while it's struggling, and not drop it back in.
And the only
Well,
one
we
who
can
can
sit on it
see
if
what
you
you're
make
aiming for while doing it, yeah.
Okay.
Does
We
make
don't
it
have
more
two sets
difficult,
of rope, do we?
bring it
So
back
we
up,
can't
though.
have one person. We can't attach the net to a separate rope.
No.
If we had two sets of rope, we could have one person be pulled down,
Interesting. I don't even know
toss
why
the
they.
net, and pull
why
it up
they've
with
given-
the other rope.
Here, you take a look at net and tell me what you think, because it's a martial ranged weapon that they have given the property to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rule that you can use strength or dex with it personally.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the,
Does that
them
make
giving
sense to me?
thrown property to ranged weapon is actually straight up an oversight. It's the same thing with dart.
Yeah. It's you can. I'm gonna allow strength or dex to be used with a net.
Where would you guys like me? I could try to go down. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get back up, or I could try to assist from up here how I can.
Is there anything to
Don't go
stand
down
on
there,
down
Clepius. We need you. You can read.
Hey, nice.
Or is it just straight water? Is there anything solid to stand on?
Tarmac, did you see any place to stand down there?
I did not see any place to stand unless you're standing on one of the corpses. Correct, Gary? No place to stand?
Correct.
Alright, do you think that you four can hold on to the rope and pull me holding a body then?
Do we really only have the 50 feet of rope through my adventure? Does no one else have any other rope?
No, because
We
we
didn't
woke up in the
get
middle of the
anything.
woods
We
with
had
nothing.
nothing.
Yeah, touche.
Only thing I have is like some basic magic stuff.
There is
That's
some
about it.
other rope in Bill drafts. There's one thing
No.
he did have a few coils of rope.
I refuse to enter that building again.
Not my problem. There's rope there.
Okay, yeah. So we'll do it without the other rope.
Technically, there's also a clothesline, but I'm
There
not
are
sure if
some
that-
clotheslines, but
Why don't we ask Ismark if he has a rope?
I'm sure that they have rope lying around. It
Like,
would be prudent to
they've
ask.
lived here. They probably have basic supplies.
Because if that's the case, then what we can do is drop me down. I'm holding the net tied to another rope, catch them, and then you pull it up. with
It's
that
also possible that Ismark would have some sort of a clues to better ways to get down there besides just.
Yeah, if there's
Dropping
like
down
some
the
sort
well.
of walkway down there.
rope. All right. Let's back to the Ismark board.
heading back to Ismark. All right, so you head back over to Ismark's house, just in time to see the lady you had met previously as Mary leaving in a bit of a. Seems she had been there to yell at him again about Gertruda.
Ismark.
And as you make it there, so you make your way to the house. The door is closed in front of you. One of you, if you knock, door opens up and you see Irina standing there. She looks.
So,
Make an insight check.
Jesus.
Not a lot of great rolls there.
How many?
Anyone else make an insight check?
I mean, I can
Hold on,
try,
I
but
might
like, how much
gracious
insight
no.
would I get from just like how she opened a door?
I got an 18.
You probably like maybe the tone of her voice when she greets you.
Okay.
I got an 18.
18. All right. So you definitely picked Aretta.
Good job,
and
Aretta.
potentially Maurice. Depending on what Maurice rolls.
8.
8. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. So it's just everyone else notices nothing. Aretta, you notice that like her brow seems a bit furrowed, like, and you see like the remains of a streak of a tear along one cheek, which she has quickly wiped away upon opening the door. She's like, oh, it's all of you. Hello. Is there something I can help you with, or did you need to speak to Ismark?
Aretta, are you alright?
Is anyone ever really all right here?
Deep.
It seems that something. Did Mary say something to you?
Nothing with Mary. I just received a letter after my father's funeral is all. Those of you that were there would remember that Rahadin had handed Ismark a letter for Irina. It was from someone I did not wish to hear from.
If you didn't wish to hear from it, you could have just burned the letter. That's
I'd
what I
rather
do.
have known what was inside of it. I mean, I don't know, maybe... Is it... I can't even tell if it's genuine, and she kind of just
I'll
throws
take
a
it.
crumpled up piece of paper.
I'll pick it up and
She kind
start
of
to read
tosses
it.
it to whoever's there. Yeah, you open it up, it sounds like paper to you.
This is very serious. I'm sorry that you had to see this.
You literally can't read that, and I know you can. You're just
Hey,
waving
hey.
it in the wind.
Dear Irina, you and I'm like he's definitely holding it upside down. Dear Irina, probably backwards too. You are a wonderfully funny person, and I wish to see you because you are so cool. I mean, like, who writes like that? Like, that sounds like a child.
I look
she
over at Irina, I'm
laughs and
just like,
smiles.
anywhere close.
You know,
And I'll hand it to
smiling
Clippius
a
or
little bit. She's like,
something like.
surprisingly, she's not as far off as you'd think. Or he's not as far off as you'd think.
See? I can read just
Clip-
fine, Clippy. And I like hand it back to Clippius, just like,
Clippius.
Read it for yourself.
So it says, "Dearest Irina, it is with the deepest grief that I learn of the death of your kind and noble father, and especially that it is affecting your young heart beyond all sensation. In this sad world of ours, sorrow eventually comes to all, and to the young it comes with the bitterest agony, because it so often takes them unaware. Your elders, no doubt, have learned to ever expect it. Anxious to afford some alleviation to your present distress, perfect relief is not possible except with time. You surely now realize that you will never smile again, is this not so? And yet it is a mistake. You are sure to be happy again. To know this, which is certainly true, will make you some less miserable now. I have had experience enough to know what I say, and you need only believe it to feel your heart warm once again. The memory of your dear father, instead of an agony, will yet be a sad, sweet feeling in your heart, of a purer and holier sort than you have ever known before. Please present my kind regards to your afflicted brother, your lord, master, and love, Strahd von Zarovich." She's like, I don't even know what to think about this, to be honest with you. It seems sincere, but, like, I've heard nothing but ill of him.
Haven't met the man. Couldn't tell you.
Terrible, terrible people are fully capable of being sincere. And
True
they
to
are,
that.
and that often makes their misery and hatred of others all the more potent for its sincerity.
in my experience, when people start writing and using their proper common and old school language and fucking more than 3-syllable words, typically they're just being pretentious.
Hot take.
I typically am wary of those that offer you the world and show next to no proof for it.
I mean, he certainly seems to have all the power of the land here. This is his domain. There are none more powerful than he within Barovia.
Yeah, so powerful he can't enter a home without permission.
So powerful and yet does nothing when the town's water supply is filled with disease.
And I wouldn't put it past the likelihood that he may be involved in that.
I was going to say I would not mistake it for a lack of power and more of a
Lack of empathy,
Indifference.
sympathy, or anything in between.
Mm-hmm. He probably got to his position by manipulation.
Well, he's a
trying to do the
vampire,
same.
so presumably he sold his soul, right? That's what vampires do? I actually don't know anything about vampires.
They suck blood. Can't walk into a house without being invited. Some are allergic to garlic, I don't know. Oh.
I think that is merely a superstition.
Yeah, I don't know. Garlic is a common enough allergy that I could see someone being a vampire and being allergic. So therefore, some would be allergic to garlic.
That,
I think
that
you're
is
thinking of
true.
Your logic is flawless.
12 intelligence, baby.
Irregardless, we were looking for a rope, perchance, if you know where we could find one.
Oh yeah, that's
She,
fine.
like, as you're talking about him, you notice she kind of like rubs the side of her neck. She's still wearing a scarf like she was previously, like absent-mindedly, and then drops her hand. She's like, "Oh, a
Not
rope. I'm
sleep
sure
well?
we have someone. She have one somewhere." And heads into the house and comes back with a few minutes later with holding a standard hempen rope. Offers it. Yes, here. Anything else I can help you all with?
Just
What, Colin?
quick-
Why are you
quick
staring at me like
question
this?
for you there. You seem to be messing with your neck. Is there a problem? I am a cleric. I could take a look at it for you.
Oh, no problem.
Are you sure? It would be no worries, no trouble.
Is this what we call
like-
foreshadowing?
She's like, I'm.
Not sleep
I
well
am
or something?
I am fine for now. She honestly looks a little embarrassed, if anything.
that a little bullshit, Gary? Is she fine?
She looks healthy. She doesn't like seem particularly pale or anything.
Honey, it's just a hickey. Come on.
She actually laughs like quite. She can't stop herself and like lets out a really loud laugh at the start of that. She's like, I mean, I suppose, but no matter. I'm fine. I promise.
You were all very flirtatious with each other.
I'm sorry.
I said you were all very flirtatious with each other. I'm not used to such behavior.
Oh, she smiles shyly. I don't mean to be.
No, nothing wrong with it. Just not used to it.
You call this flirtatious, Clippius?
I was gonna say,
Where I come from?
who exactly are you calling flirtatious here? Because
Not exactly my realm of expertise, nor interest.
So anyway, about the rope, do you happen to have any?
Yes. She's already handed you guys some rope. You probably just missed it. Yeah, she went back into the house and came back a moment later with some rope.
You come back with some hope.
No, not here. There isn't any.
Oh yes, Periwinkle, are you, have you been
Oh yeah,
introduced?
Periwinkle's still there. It's like as you push, she's like, "Hi, Irina." She's like, "Oh, hi, Periwinkle." I'm surprised he's left his shop. Normally he stays with Bildrath.
Yes, bit of an odd circumstance, that.
Mm-hmm.
we're renting a net and he's here for insurance on the net.
Ah, I see. Yes, Bildrath can be very intense about certain things.
Right, well, we won't bother you for much longer. We're going to go, deal with this, water problem that you've been having, and then perhaps we can, talk more later, yes?
Yes. Yes, sorry. She seemed to have been lost in thought for a moment. She's like, "All right, yes, I shall see you later." By the way, are we planning on heading out soon? I've been packing all day.
I don't believe we have
do
much
I have-
more to deal with here.
All right.
Don't know about
Yes,
tonight,
I will.
but-
I should be ready to go. Probably don't want to travel in the evening. But I would, if we head off tomorrow morning, that should work well for me. But obviously, no rush. But at least Ismark seems to want us to be out of here sooner rather than later.
How late in the day is it right now?
It's probably like it's a little after midday, but it's really hard to tell because
Well,
it's
shall
just
we,
constant overcast with light drizzle.
Shall we go clean up a well?
Yeah, let's go.
It would be
Mhm.
well of us to do so.
All right, so you guys make your way back to the well, circle it, looking down, seeing the. Now that you know what to look for, you're able to pretty easily see the zombies shifting about under the water. What you gonna do?
All right, so tie one rope to a person, tie the other rope to the net.
All right. And have someone up top holding both?
Probably one person on each.
Okay.
Uh,
So who's
I'll-
doing what?
Well, we should tie one end of the rope to just like the support or whatever on the well, but like have somebody on that just as like a backup and to help lift. I'll be on one of them.
All right.
I'll be on standby with spells ready in case people fall. Need assistance.
And who's going into the well?
I guess it's me.
Would you like company?
I guess it's Maurice.
Oh,
Areta, did you want to go in? I think you mentioned something.
I can be strong, so I don't know if you want that to be actually grabbing the bodies or carrying them up.
I think pulling them up is probably best for your.
Tarmac, Maurice, you think you got this?
It would be like one thing I would like to point out with them being underwater, especially fairly deep. With that, like you have an unweighted net at the moment. You may have to have someone to wrap something in a net down there. Like
Well,
it's
and we
just a
would
net.
also need somebody to
just
cut the rope
tossing
that's
it-
holding them down.
Yeah,
Because
like
we're not
they-
gonna
they're-
pick up both
Okay,
a
we
body
should
and a cinder
We
block.
should maybe send Areta down then.
like, someone may need to actually get into the water.
So,
yeah, that seems
Tarmac
fine.
and Areta.
2 people are going down?
Or do we
I
just want to
think
send
we would almost
Areta?
have to have 2 people going down.
Guess, yeah. Listen, I went down there the first time. I say Maurice and Areta.
Okay.
Very well.
Then again, I have fucking. No, you know what? No,
Well,
yeah,
we
I'm
would have to
taking
make
that.
sure that when
Yeah,
whoever goes
who's
down there goes
capable of
down there,
helping?
try
the-
not to stab or pierce or slash the bodies.
Don't eat them, Maurice.
On top of that, I think
Oh.
it's prudent to consider who could pull somebody out in case of an emergency.
I
Eat
can't, so I
them?
guess
Who
I
do you
should
think
go
I
down.
am?
Maurice, do you have any strong?
No. I can help though,
I don't have any strong either.
but I can help.
I would like
As
to
in-
mention you do have Periwinkle with you
We
at
do
the
have
moment.
Periwinkle.
Mm.
And
yeah.
Periwinkle is stronger even than Areta.
Yeah.
Oh. My
Periwinkle
dear.
is
I
not
think
very
Peri-
good
Periwinkle
as well,
Periwinkle
however.
would be up top. He's
Oh,
not going
definitely,
down
he's
there.
not going in.
Yeah.
My
But he would help lift up. So
Hmm.
whether that be lift
We
one
would
of our
never
people
do
up or lift the
anything to
body up.
Periwinkle.
no,
You guys have already proven that to be false.
no.
Cuvier would never do anything harmful to Periwinkle.
It's okay. We just hate that shopkeeper.
So, Tarmac, are you going in?
Who?
Nothing
so.
Periwinkle.
How is your... Are you wearing armor right now?
Got leather armor.
Okay.
All right, I got a question for you, Gary.
Mm-hmm.
How buoyant are these vines?
The ones you're wrapped in? I would say they're like what? Why are you asking? What are you trying to determine?
Because I just remembered they're made out of wood.
You are more of like someone that has a bit of a wood coating. It will make you more buoyant, but you can get underwater should you need to. Because they are also well, you haven't split one open yet. They're not normal vines.
What
And they're all-
else floats on water?
A
A duck. So if she weighs the same as a duck,
She's a witch.
she's a witch.
My favorite part about that skit is right at the end. It shows it, and she's lighter than the duck.
Yeah.
I think.
In the last line, it's a fair cop.
Who are you so wise in the ways of science?
The ways of science.
Is it really dark down there?
Yes.
I'm going down.
Okay.
However,
Huh.
you have dark vision.
Yeah.
All right. So wait, who all is going down? It's gone back and forth.
I'm the
Thought Tarmac
backup.
Okay.
Oh,
So
I
it's
was gonna
Areta and
go.
Maurice.
Areta and Maurice.
How,
Alright.
how effective are dancing lights underwater?
They're no less effective.
Okay.
I'll
I
send
like
Areta down with a light on her as well.
Yeah, I'll gently lower 4 of them
All right.
into the water, and they'll just light up the area.
What color are they?
They are like hospital white,
All right.
just to highlight the bodies as much as possible.
If I could have everyone drag their tokens onto the map for me.
completely dark, so I don't know where.
Yes. Sorry, like right here. Yeah, that works. Oh, Jesus, giant Cuvier. Oh, now he's upside down. Hold on.
No, I'm not. No. You just fucked me.
There we go. All right. That. Stop moving tokens for a second so I can resize everything.
Is this another dynamic lighting map?
It is.
Yes.
I mean, I don't really need dynamic lighting here. I just set it up, and it'll look a little bit ugly without it, but...
Oh, hey, buddy.
That looks
hold on.
ugly.
This is a big ass well.
This is supposed to be...
Like the bottom,
Scale
right?
isn't perfect. This is, like, down below the opening. You guys standing up here, this isn't the scale of the well.
I was gonna say the opening's probably like what, like that,
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, the opening is much smaller and in the middle. This is down below it.
So if we're up top, are we technically like here?
Yeah, you're more like there.
Okay.
I'll leave myself off to the side so it doesn't get confusing.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
All right. Would you mind dragging me on?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Wells and dwells.
It's a mighty deep subject.
Shut up.
Himbos, Zimbos.
Oh my god, I hate all of you. All right, so this well, we'll call the opening right there.
Okay, well, they're lowering down. I will be right back. I'll still be listening.
All right. So you guys make your way over to the well and start lowering Areta and Maurice into the well.
Yeah, I'm kind of like attached to the net, almost sitting on top of it,
All right.
and I'm just in this really nice, sweet voice to Periwinkle. Just nice and gentle, lower me down, and be ready to pull up if anything happens.
Okay, miss.
Periwimple's the pull-up master.
Just remember, you have to be quick.
Why are you guys doing this to poor Perry?
Can we set up a safe word for when we pull you guys?
Just had to come back to say that I hate you.
You think you hate them?
What's your net worth?
So
I'm still laughing at that. I have no sense of humor.
That is my sense of humor.
Can sense humor be a spell?
Yes, but you're not allowed to have access to it.
Okay, touche.
Yeah,
I have no sense of humor.
So as you guys are slowly being lowered into the well, I assume Maurice and Areta are like holding on to the same rope, like have it tied around them. Like, walk me through exactly what you're doing here.
So I imagine this is like a net tied onto a single thing of rope,
Okay.
and I'm holding the rope with both arms, and I'm standing on the bundle that is the net.
Okay. So you're on the You're on the rope actually attached to the net.
That is a terrible idea.
Is that a terrible? Well, then how do you get it on something?
Well, because we only have two ropes in one net. One of the ropes is going to be, or the net is going to be, have to be attached to one of the ropes. And if we want to lower two
I
people
more meant the
down-
fact that it sounded like Maurice was implying that they were not tied into any rope at all. They were just holding on to one.
So I think what we should do is tie loops into the other net or other rope, like handholds.
So I'm basically trying to lower this thing like some kind of shark cage. And I
So I
drop
think-
it on one of those things, and then I tug on the rope, and then Periwinkle pulls me
So-
up with it.
So they are like 5 to 10 feet under the water, depending on which one they are.
This is why I'm like, we're not tying ourselves to the rope because we're gonna have to get into the water.
Someone's
Yeah.
probably gonna have to get into the water to wrap up the one of the zombies.
Mm-hmm.
Still
That's
be tied
fine.
to the rope in the water.
You can still be tied to the rope in the water. This is correct. Although the ropes, yeah, like the one that's just tied to the net definitely can reach. The other one has stuff knotted into it and does not quite reach all the way down.
Just go
I
for
mean,
a swim,
actually
give
fine.
a
It
try.
reaches into the water, but not like super deep.
All right.
So
I guess if strength is what's needed to
Mm-hmm.
tie up a zombie and do it, I guess I'll ride it into the water.
all right, so you're down into the water. You actually have to get. I'm gonna have you roll initiative for this. Just no, don't even need to roll initiative. The zombies will react when you get close to them. As you kind of get close to the one of the zombies, it starts to twitch and move more. Like its grasping arms reach out towards you. You have to get within, because you're underwater, just due to how the nature of ranged weapons work. You have to be within 5 feet to get it with the net. It probably can't hit you because it's a zombie and they're fucking useless.
We could have
like-
weighted down the nets maybe and dropped it on top of them, but too late now.
Even if we
Right.
dropped it on top of them, though, that just tangles them up. It doesn't make it any easier for it to pull them back out.
I mean, if you had like set it to opening, had weights along the bottom, and the rope kind of running away, so you could pull it and it would cinch the bottom, that might work, but that would take some effort. So you start moving towards this zombie. He's gonna try and make a As you get closer, you can see bits of the skin and stuff flaking off, as well as like these big bulbous like cysts that a greenish white liquid seems to be leaking out of occasionally. It's gonna try to claw at you. It misses, just sort of scratches off the vines. Go ahead and make a ranged attack, strength, an attack with disadvantage, using strength.
Give me a second. Alright, attack with disadvantage. This is going to be saying quarterstaff, but it's using the net.
Totally fine.
I don't know if it's going to get any lower than an 8.
You
Nope,
got
it
an
can get
8?
7.
7. And unfortunately, the zombie just sort of, you throw the net and it manages to wriggle out, and then it kind of drifts down. You collect it. As it seems a little more active and actually is going to make a full round, and it's actually going to make 2 try to hit you twice with its claws. First one misses, but the second one it actually misconnect and does maximum damage. Jesus Christ! As one of its claws rakes across your side and deals 7 damage. As you notice, the vines, rather than like a sap, blood seems to leak out from them.
Alright, attack number 2, disadvantage. Oh, come on. Alright, I would like to roll something higher than a 5. There we go, a 7. 9.
9, yep, that hits. And you manage to wrap up this zombie, and it's restrained, unable to move. As it's like kind of gnashes its teeth at you and tries to claw. With that, you tug on the rope, and Periwinkle starts to pull it up easily. Like he's not even straining a little bit, pulling up the rope, bringing the zombie onto land. As he brings it over, he jumps back to say, "Ah!"
Yeah, you might want to stay back there, bud.
And in fact, he like panicking, he reaches over and he grabs a plank of wood and smacks it with it.
Oh dear.
Very
We'll
well.
perhaps leave it to the professionals.
Careful with your wood.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to light this boy up.
Wimple hits it and does half its, and it all goes from looking completely fine to looking bloodied as he literally pulps its head in on the ground, but you see the rest of it continues to move and animate.
Oh,
Um,
still
Has it
in
been
the
pulled
net,
all the
right?
way out of the well?
Yeah.
All the way out of the well,
Okay.
on
Okay.
the ground.
Yeah.
If it's all the way
Crossbone.
out, I'll.
Crossbone this fucking
With
thing.
that, the rest you
Yeah.
easily execute this zombie.
All right, Areta, you good?
Are you okay down there, dearie?
I think so.
Remember the safe word. Did we set a safe word?
Yes, it's yelling and screaming in panic and fear.
Well, that's not you. I mean, yeah, it's fine.
Here, wait, hold still for a second, dearie. I'm going to cast a first level healing word down to Areta.
So I just want to point out, in order to get one of these guys, I think I have to roll higher than a 4. And the fact that I rolled 2 numbers lower than a 4 for the first roll just says how great this is going to go.
Yep.
You get 7 points of health back, Areta.
See,
Oh, nice.
Areta has the training. She just has never implemented it before in battle.
Yes, that's it. And it's not that I'm cursed like Gary.
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah. So as you peek down,
curse
you
of
cast
Gary.
the curse of Gary. You cast the spell on Areta. You feel a sharp pain in your side, Areta, as the vines start to knit back together. And it just aches and throbs for even several minutes after the healing finishes.
Is throwing the net considered an attack?
It is.
Damn
Yeah.
it. Okay. Hearing like the splashing and struggling, would it be possible for me to cast Shield of Faith on Areta?
Range.
60 feet?
Yeah, Areta moving back into area where you can, I guess, get a clear line of sight, technically, on her. You're able to cast Shield of Faith.
Okay. I'll do
Although-
that just in case.
So, how does Shield of Faith actually... I don't think Shield
Oops.
of Faith actually benefits Areta.
It's just plus 2 AC.
Because her base...
Yeah, no, my
Bark
AC
skin
cannot be
works.
more than 16. So
It
literally,
her
my
AC
is
can't be
fine
lower
only.
than 16, but I'm pretty sure Shield of Faith is applied to any AC before that. I think. Barkskin's really weird in that it's really hard to increase your AC above 16 unless you have other effects combining into it. I'll say you would know Shield of Faith wouldn't make much difference to Barkskin from how I understand it.
Okay.
That's sad, but I guess it's just balance of bark skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bark balance.
You could cast
On
it
the
like on Maurice or something.
Is
Oh, yeah,
Maurice
Maurice is
actually
still
in
down
the
there.
water?
I mean, Maurice pretty much has to be in the water right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maurice is there swimming. Kind of, you drift over as a zombie. Like, notice you just starts to slowly drift towards you, teeth gnashing and arms
Maurice,
reaching
do
out.
you prefer to be hit or not hit right now? Because I know some of your stuff you kind of need to be hit in order for it to work.
Hold on, I'm taking a hit.
Am I on a rope?
You would have had to.
I mean, he could be if.
You
or
could
she
be.
if she's on the other one.
You could have
is it
swung
like-
over to the other rope and grabbed it.
No, I mean like the one I got lower.
Right
The
now.
one
Rope.
I got lowered on.
Probably not, because Areta would have to have grabbed it to maneuver to like scoop up the zombie.
Guess
Okay.
Maurice isn't used to being tied up.
Yeah. So am I just splashing in the water down there?
Yeah. As some of the zombies start to slowly make those that can drift their way a little closer.
Can I see any of the zombies, like from above?
You would see this one that had just popped into field of view.
Could I maybe see this one if I'm peeking from this side?
Yeah, if you
That's where.
move around, you might be able to. I mean, so the problem is it's a long straight. thing
Yeah,
down.
I know it. I probably can't. I'm wondering if whether or not I should. Are we doing anything else today?
Probably. There's some other things we need to address before we leave.
Okay, I'm gonna save my remaining spell slot.
Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, Gary, but you took a zombie from here, and this one was the one we brought up.
Wow, look at that! I fixed it.
Wow, look at that.
Thank
No,
you.
I'm
I
sorry.
appreciate that.
This one.
Oh, so there used to be one that's here.
Yeah.
Shh.
There you go.
Gary swapped identical places
Yeah.
of the zombies.
Hey Gary, how's that wine that you cracked open?
I haven't even had it.
Oh,
yet.
Well, that's
Gary,
the
Gary.
thing, is that he needs to be
Come on,
drinking
man.
so that
Yeah.
he remembers. It's state-dependent memory. He's only ever DM'd while drunk, so he needs to be drunk to DM. Excuse me,
Exactly.
tipsy, more like.
All right, so you're able to get that done. As you move to the next zombie, Areta it's gonna get one attack off. It's gonna try and bite you this time. It misses. Make your check.
All right, please don't be anything lower. Oh, come on, another 7.
Oof. All right, it's gonna make 2 claw attacks against you.
Guess we know
Both
who's getting
hit.
the shitty blip.
I think Areta always
Both-
gets the shitty blip when combat's involved.
Both managed to hit. You take 5 points on the first one and 4 points on the second. Wow,
Nice.
I rolled insanely well. This thing has such a low chance to actually connect with you.
For the record, I'm studying the corpse that we brought up.
Okay. What are you looking for?
Just trying to ascertain if there's
Alright.
anything, like, obviously there's a magical nature to it, but if there's anything more sinister than I'm able to pick up.
Alright. I'm gonna start. If these zombies
Alright,
are actually
Does a
hitting
9
Areta.
hit? Does a 9 hit?
A 9 does hit, yes.
All right.
Managed to
can I get-
restrain it, and Periwinkle pulls the second one up. You guys, I'm not even going to make you roll for that. You guys can put out enough damage. You execute the zombie. Though you do notice, as you hit one of its arms, the arm falls off and continues to try and attack until the entire thing seems destroyed.
Oh,
Okay.
great. Tarmac suppresses the urge to vomit. Actually,
Do
you know
they
what?
swim quick or not?
No, they're swimming extremely slowly.
Tarmac suppresses the urge to vomit.
Can I just like playfully swim circles around just out of their reach
Yes, you
while
can.
while waiting for the rope to come back down?
A few moments later, you hear the net splash back down.
Maurice, what are you like doing down there?
Yeah.
Like, have you
Vibing.
done anything?
This is just there having a good time.
Maurice is just swimming in the pool, just like backstroking.
She's getting her
Slashing.
cardio in, just a nice.
Yeah.
All right, so you
Alright.
guys
Meanwhile,
get that
Areta's
zombie.
like,
Does the zombie get a hit on me?
It did. It got 2 hits on you. You took 9 points of damage total.
Oh, okay. Gary, stop taking the wrong zombie.
You took the
It
wrong
moved.
zombie.
You grabbed you were right here. I grabbed this zombie, assuming that was the one you moved, and then I moved this zombie closer.
All right. Let me know when I can move my character.
All right, you can move your character again. All right, make your. it's
So,
gonna
so
try to
Gary,
bite
she's
you.
grabbing this zombie now.
yeah, he's.
Misses.
like,
It bites you, but it just sort of like it. In effect, you're able to easily dodge.
Holy cow! I
Um,
rolled something greater than a 5. 13.
Whew.
Yeah, easily. Like you dodge this one and use it being distracted by that to catch it in the net. Periwinkle pulls it up. It gets executed again. Oh man,
think the
Parker,
ma-
is that a tri-tip sandwich?
I think the majority of
Jimmy.
what I'm doing is just the word of radiance when they're over the
Perfect.
edge. Just die, die, die.
die.
Makes sense.
Die,
All right.
die, die.
You're able to bring that one up, no problem. This zombie moves a little closer. The next one you move over to also is going to try to bite you. Oh, it connects as you get a little overconfident this time, and it connects with your leg, and you take 4 points of piercing damage as its half-rotted jaw embeds itself in your leg, and as it pulls back, you notice several teeth come out.
Ugh. I'm like hearing this and just at the top of the well, like, you know, I could have cast a spell on them to help them out.
All right.
Probably
12.
should have done that.
Well, yeah, you get this one all wrapped up. It's pulled up and executed by the others again. As you get to the last zombie, this one's been getting kind of agitated by Maurice swimming around it, and is actually going to make a full round of attacks against you as you get closer. Miss, miss, miss. As its bite and both claw attacks miss you.
I hate the font in the D&D Beyond dice. The 7 looks just like a 1.
All right.
You
All
can
right, you
change
manage
your
to
dice.
wrap it up and save it, or not save it, pull it out where it gets deleted by your allies up top. And as you're about to make your way out, a vision flashes across your mind of the town of Barovia, empty, animals living peacefully in it. And you look down, you see your arm, and you see the vines have hardened to an almost stony-like structure that you imagine would be nigh impenetrable to most weapons. As it fades, you look back down, everything's returned to normal. As you start making your way out, you see, sticking out from a pile of rubble, you're the only one that sees this with your perception, is another foot that appears to, that twitches slightly before sitting still.
1 second. We've got one last one.
One last one, what?
Right
It's
over
in
there.
feet.
What do you
It's a
see?
foot.
Something's afoot.
What do your Minotaur eyes see?
Well, technically
look with
nothing.
your
'cause I
special
have dark
eyes.
vision.
Well, that's not what I was going for, actually. I was.
Oh no, there's some light has been
What do
casted
your
down
elf
there
eyes
with you.
see?
So you had light casted on something you were
Yeah, I
carrying.
know. I know.
I hate
yeah,
both
I'll-
of you.
Go back down.
Something's
Scoop it up
afoot.
in a net. I'm
Yeah,
not
you
sure
pretty
actually
easily uncover this one. This one appears to have had most of its bones crushed by rocks that fell on it, and can't even really resist. As you scoop it up in the net, it's pulled up and killed. You taking a final look around, you seem to have emptied all of the zombies out of the well.
You guys done playing in the water down there?
Everyone all
I've
right?
been- Yeah.
Alright. Hold on to the rope.
Holding.
Pull up.
All right, you and Periwinkle working together easily pull it. Noticing you're like, do I even need to be here? As Periwinkle,
I'm
no
just like,
problem.
yeah, I'm doing work and stuff like this.
He doesn't even seem to be noticing.
No, like, I think at first I was actually, like, trying to help, but then it's just like, as I'm pulling, it's going slack in my hands, so I'm just like, ah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if any of you guys have healing, but I'm at like little over half health right now.
Yeah, I can touch you up.
Do you want to use that right away, or... Because I got, some healing stuff that I can do, too, and just... That way you
If
can keep your
If
spells
you'd
and
like
stuff
to,
like that.
it's
That
up to you.
I feel like your spells are a lot more versatile, and I'll kind of go and just, like, pat, Aretta on the back and just be like, okay.
All right, Aretta, do you wince at all as like the painful surge of healing?
I feel like if I was still being hurt for the next few minutes with the healing word, I feel like this is just a pain that's just added on to the rest of the pain.
Okay, so is that a yes or no to a wince?
I don't know if I'd be wincing because I'd already be in pain.
Okay. So you heal her. You heal Aretta up. For how many points?
If I do 15, is that too much, Brian?
Yes.
Okay, well. I can give a very specific number, like...
Yeah.
Do I need to say exactly how much, or...
Hypothetically, if you gave me 13 hit points,
I'll hypothetically and literally give Aretta 13 hit points.
All right, Retta, you're healed back up. By Cuvier. You look around and everyone's like, "Wow, you guys are really strong."
We should find a good place to dispose of these bodies. Make sure that they don't end up back in the water.
Yeah.
Most people that look like that get taken to Father Donovich. That's where all the dead people go.
You're saying that there's a collection of them there?
It's
Oh, to
where
the
they
grave-
bury
Graveyard,
everyone.
Clypeus.
No, I'm inquiring, are they burying them, or are they still alive?
Yeah, they have me dig the holes sometimes.
Okay.
Gotcha. You are very useful, aren't you, Periwimple?
He smiles.
Sounds
That's
like
what
you're the
Uncle
hero of the
Bildrath
town.
says.
Don't say that name to me.
Well, if you want to return Periwimple in the net, I'll work about just burning these bodies, basically.
Yeah,
Real
I'll
quick
help
though,
out
Clipius,
Clipius
would you
with
like
that.
to clean the net up
It's-
a little, just so
I
that...
will say it may be a little
Oh, yeah.
challenging to burn these waterlogged corpses at the moment.
We can try.
I can dry them with prestidigitation slowly over time.
If you,
and then
you
it'll-
burn
can
them.
it'll- you'll
also
have to
burn
spend
them
like
with
an
Sacred
hour
Flame.
drying. You
Mhm.
could also just use Sacred Flame to
Yeah.
destroy them like that. Is that what you're gonna do?
Just
Okay, so you basically
get
Sacred
as
Flame them
little
into
left as
ash.
possible.
Some people come out to look, but nobody questions what you're doing.
And
Power
then,
of Christ
yeah, I'll get
compels
some
you.
prestidigitation
Power
to
of Christ
clean up
compels
what
you.
is on the net.
yeah.
Yeah, the net's definitely like damaged slightly just by nature of carrying the struggling zombies. Has like there's some bits of flesh that have gotten twisted in the rope.
I'll walk Periwimple in the net back to
Mm.
Bildrath's Mercantile, and then just...
He looks at the net, kind of glowers, looks at you. That it? Need anything else?
Not right now, but if I do, I know where to find you. Have a good one.
You know, you seem to have done a good thing for the town. I'll up the credit to 50 marks if you bring me back those packages. Make it 60.
Mark my words.
Now that sounds like a deal that may be worthwhile. Might be seeing you soon. And
Okay.
I'll just wave and head out back to the group.
As you're leaving, you hear like, do you Perry with full? I think he's checking in with Perry, see how he's doing.
Yeah.
See you around, Periwimple.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye
Bye. Have a good day.
I'm going to, from the other side over by the well,
As actually, wait.
cast a message to
Oh yeah. Who's the last person to leave?
Out of the shop?
I didn't realize other people were with me, so I was just like...
Didn't actually go to the shop.
So it was
I was
just
helping out.
Maurice and Cuvier then.
I was helping out Clipius.
Cuvier, you'd probably hear this, and Maurice, you might as well. So as you guys are leaving, he's like, "Hey, Periwimple, did you misplace in one of the? We seem to be missing an explorer's pack. I can't seem to find it anywhere. You haven't stocked those in a while, have you? So I swear it was here yesterday." And then the door closes, and that continues.
Mhm.
As we're finishing up with the corpses, I'd just like to kind of like look up, and I realize Periwimple's gone already, and I'm like, oh, and I take out my small bit of wire and cast a message through the wall towards where I am assuming that Periwimple is inside the
Okay.
building, and I'm just like, hi dear, Clipius here, just wanted to say thank you, didn't get a chance to. Stay well.
Whoa, you can talk in my head? That's all the response you see. You receive.
God, I love Periwimple.
I send a message back, and I'm like, yes, I can also read your thoughts, so be a good boy, yes?
You just get a
You're
slightly worried.
terrible.
Did you say you could read a thought?
Do you know what you've just done to this poor man? Okay,
Oh my
so
god.
moving on. What would you guys like to do?
No,
Alright, well,
maybe he
got-
isn't so terrible.
Well, we can either go after Gertruda or we can get the packages, or we could just leave with Irina.
Maurice, I don't know if it's something that you would be interested in inquiring about, but when we were up at the cathedral without you earlier, there was a young man who seemed to be afflicted with some sort of ailment, calling out in
Hunger.
hunger.
Did he resolve it?
No, we kind of left it for the time being.
We were
thought that
thinking he
be
might have a
your,
tapeworm like you.
Oh, then why do we need him?
I mean, we don't necessarily. I just thought
Ah.
I'd put it on the table in case you were interested.
If he has some kind of solution, sure. We can explore that. But if he's just another suffering soul, then it's kind of like a tumoritis, and that's terrifying.
Glad we're on this page about that.
So you guys are heading. Are you just sort of standing around, like outside the shop, or into like the Blood of the Vine Tavern? Are you heading? To,
I was actually wondering if we
church.
could go to the Blood of the Vine Tavern. Because Bildress said that the only people who were free to wander in and out of the mist would be the Vistani, and
Mhm.
Ismark said that the Blood of the Vine Tavern was run by 3 Vistani, so I was wondering if we could go there and possibly get some supplies from them, because
For sure.
they might be cheaper.
I
Give me
wouldn't
one
mind
second, I
a
just
midday
need to run
snack
to
and a
the
drink.
restroom.
Mm-hmm.
Although, as one thing to consider as you are walking, you do see, and this is probably like middle of the afternoon, you see Granny. She sees you guys, and she smiles and waves. She's like, "Oh, good to see all of you. I was just about to head out of town. Is there anything? And back home, is there? I have one pie left. If any of you would like it.
Apple?
Unfortunately, it's really hard to get apples out of here. I mean, although I'd be able to, if you're around here in a few days, I might be able to make one special for you.
Oh, that is really tempting, but I don't know if we'll still be here in a couple days.
Well, I'll make one anyways, and if you happen to be heading out of town and you see the old windmill, do stop by, and one of my daughters and I would happily sell it to you. It would probably run a little more. It's really difficult to get apples.
Yeah, no, that's understandable.
For the record as well, I know when we spoke earlier, I said that I would inquire about the deed for you.
Oh yes.
We have put in a message with one of Strahd's men, and he said he is looking into it currently.
That is
Oh.
not something that is reassuring, most likely.
Well, I look forward to hearing where it goes.
As do I.
She looks a little nervous. I'll be right back.
Oh, hey, by the way, we decided to bring your occupation to the attention of the vampire dictator.
Hey man, she's the one who said he's the only law in town.
I just like the fact that the old lady who knows that Cuvier is very much a hard ass is like, hey, do you want a special pie?
Look, alright,
This is
Cuvier
deadly
really
pie. This is
fucking
wrong.
likes apples, alright?
Special.
Either this is murder or bribery, and both are illegal.
She never said she wanted anything in return for the goddamn apple pie there, Brian.
Oh, but apples are so hard to acquire.
They are!
I'm sorry.
And you know what? I would be willing to pay a little more for a goddamn apple pie there, Brian.
What if it was
as
like
she-
100 marks?
As she's leaving, she turns to you. She's like, "Oh, by the way, I saw all of you gathered by the well, and excuse me for being nosy, but I really can't help it. What were all of you doing?
Oh, there were dead people in the well, and they were
My,
poisoning the
that's
town.
terrible.
Saving your town from an outbreak of zombie plague.
Yeah.
I
We
didn't
cleaned it
realize
up.
I was in the presence of such heroes. Here, I insist you must take this last pie. We would have just stored it away or eaten it ourselves. Here you go. And thanks for all the good work you've done for this town. I can't have anything happening to my favorite little town in Barovia.
Well, you are the only reasonable member of the populace here that is appreciative of our work, except perhaps for Ismark.
Well, Ismark and Irina are
Well,
both
he's a
kinda.
good boy. He tries. He has shoes to fill now that his poor father has passed away.
Out of character, this granny's evil as fuck.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like
Why are you guys so mistrusting? You didn't think Periwimple was evil?
Yeah,
That's because I
'cause
like
he-
Periwinkle.
No,
I
also
like
like
this granny.
Periwinkle.
It
I
is
like this
100%
granny.
you, alright? It's you, alright? You made the granny evil. I don't know what it
I've
was,
done
but
no
it's
such
you.
Ah, I haven't done
I'm just
anything.
imagining
my
Gary
God.
in like an
The
old school
brutality
wig
of
and
that.
like an old gown, like walking around with a walker, and I'm just like, something wrong about that.
No. You see, the thing is, like, the granny's really nice, but like deliberately nice. You
Yeah.
know, like I'm like,
Like,
you're trying to get
Alright.
on our good side, and it's working.
Exactly. Periwinkle was just in general like, oh, I love everything. This granny is, oh yes, I'm gonna be very nice to you.
Like,
There's
in
totally
character,
nothing wrong
Tarmac
with it.
is like, oh my god, you're so nice, thank God. Out of character, I'm like, evil granny.
Alright, Gary wants some proof? Here's some proof. This is an old woman living in Barovia. How do you live that long here?
Well, I mean, the grandpa was an old man living in Barovia before he turned into a zombie, so.
Some people
Well,
get
yeah,
old.
but he turned into a zombie. Some people,
Yeah.
Some people get old.
some people get old. Citation needed, Gary.
You don't have to be old grandpa. You could be like in your 50s, assuming that everybody, has kids early on.
Hmm.
Yeah.
We're all-
So, so you guys now have one more dream pie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
as
wow.
she
This
sings, she's
is a
like,
full
"Sweet
dream pie,
dreams,
too."
everyone," and then heads off out of town.
Granny sus.
Probably gonna ask for my eye tomorrow.
Oh yeah, but no, like I love Granny. Like in character Tarmax, like Granny's the best. But out of character.
Great. I'm glad to hear you like your local drug dealing grandmother.
Is she the best? Would she be a great grandma?
She's definitely old
see,
enough.
It's hilarious because I know exactly because Bildrath was revealed to not be like evil underneath it. He's just selfish. That is exactly why the only character that's nice to us is going
evil.
to turn out to be evil.
100%.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no. You're telling me that
Guys are
Periwinkle
funny.
was the real big bad all along?
That would be
See,
pretty funny.
how disappointed would you be when it turns out Periwimple is just Strahd in disguise?
I'd be impressed, honestly, and I'd be like, "You're my arch enemy now."
Dude, are you kidding? Strahd is our
I would-
himbo daddy? I mean, come on. Why
I
wouldn't
need
you
a
want him?
himbo.
No,
My
like,
God,
honestly,
I must
I
say,
think I would
simping for
applaud
Periwinkle
till
is
the
not
end
what
of
I
the
expected.
night. I mean, you know, we have to do something to validate the character that existed to justify the high prices.
What? What do you mean? There's no way that's okay. Wow, how could you dismiss Periwimple as a whole? Periwimple has such a backstory. How could you do this to him?
Well,
Alright.
now he does. We're gonna
Yes.
make him important.
He is important.
Periwimple was always important, Colin.
He's my number
Yeah, we
one
don't
son.
validate Periwimple's importance. We just need to appreciate it.
Yeah.
Periwimple is possibly the most important person in this town, if only because if something were to go wrong, he's the most capable to protect it.
Touche.
Probably even more
Yeah.
so than Ismark.
Strong boy.
Yeah.
Periwimple is a big, strong boy. Alright, I'll tell you this now just because it really amuses me. It was so funny when Parker asked if Periwimple was Gladiator movies because the stat block for Periwimple is a modified Gladiator stat block.
Huh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Which is also terrifying if you know the Gladiator stat block.
That is terrifying. Gladiators are fucking terrifying.
Periwinkle is
And this is why
CR5.
This is why we're simping for Periwinkle. He can kick our asses.
Yeah, Periwinkle is CR5, guys.
Very simple.
Like, on top of that too, gladiators punch way above their CR.
Yeah.
They're not champion levels of bullshit. but-
Champions are the ones that like they attack 4 times around above half health,
yes.
right?
Yeah. So,
Blood of the Vine.
yeah, Blood of the Vine. So as you a single shaft of light thrusts illumination into the main square, its brightness looking like a solid gold pillar in the heavy fog, before being quickly obscured again by the mists. Above the gaping doorway, a sign hangs precariously askew, proclaiming this to be the Blood on the Vine Tavern. Oh, it's Blood on the Vine. No, Blood of the Vine Tavern. There's this typo in here.
How much of a happening tavern is this mean? So
God damn, Gary! I can't believe you made a typo when you wrote this module.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
fucking goddamn, Gary.
So as you go in, it seems it's a fairly decent sized building, about 60-foot square.
Curse on the Strahd.
Oh no, the sign reads "Blood on the Vine Tavern," and a closer inspection reveals that an N has been scratched over the F.
All right, everybody, welcome to Curse on the Strahd.
Yeah, this once finally appointed tavern has grown shoddy over the years. A blazing fire in the hearth gives warmth to the few huddled souls within. You see, there is one man getting clearly just smashed in a corner all alone. He's just drinking.
He's my friend.
Is
there
there one
is-
bard just like going to town in the corner? Like
No.
way overplaying for what's happening around him.
There's one that's trying to, but he seems...
I
Seems
cast guidance
exhausted.
on the. Oh, I don't have
Perfect,
guidance.
That's exactly what I need.
I cast guidance on myself and use my channel divinity to roll a.
You see
Performance
a trio of women sitting together over
Hags.
near the kitchen.
There's
That
3
as-
women together. They are hags.
Clearly, yeah. You guys, and they look, whisper back to each other, look at you again, and you see kind of a bored-looking man, or like not even bored, like just like he doesn't even seem to really be displaying much interest or anything, or even particular boredom. He's just sort of sitting there idly polishing a glass.
I'll go up to the tavern. Or to the.
Find a table, sit down.
As you sit down, one of the women stands up and walks over to you. You know she is dressed quite colorfully compared to everyone else you've seen so far. Like a long flowing, it's not even like a necessarily long flowing dress, like because it stops around mid calf. It's like bright colors, and she looks over to you. She's like, "Oh, I don't believe I've seen any of you in town before. What might be all of your names? I'm Mirabelle, one of the proprietors of this lovely tavern.
Tarmac Blackfeather.
It's a pleasure. It's nice to get a hint of civilization out here.
Ghost Hunter and Monster Hunter.
Oh, well, you
He's
should
almost
be
one of those
finding
things.
lots of work here then.
Only recently, Ghost and Monster Hunter. From what I understand.
Leader of a team of Ghost and Monster Hunters.
Really, where are they?
Where?
He looks at all of you. She's like, well, I can see you all have a wonderful sense of humor. But welcome to our tavern. Is there anything that, if you need anything, Eric, our bartender, that's A-R-I-K, would be happy to help you, as so far as he ever
Pronounced
displays
Arik.
emotion. But yes, and if you have any other questions, my sisters and I would be happy to try and answer them. You see at her talking like that, the man that's getting drunk in the corner, who you also notice is dressed in very colorful clothing with a wide-brimmed hat, kind of like
Wide-brimmed
spits
hat?
and- yeah, wide-brimmed hat.
I want his hat.
Was it
He
similar?
kinda, like, he
Hold on.
spits
Was it
on the
similar to
ground
the
and
hat
says
of the
something.
bartender that when we were in the Gleaming Dolphin?
It is not the same hat. It is a different hat.
Is it similar?
What are you
though?
talking when you said
Yes, it is. It is similar in style to that hat.
Are we talking like Big Hat Logan, wide brimmed, or like?
No, like cowboy hat sized.
Um,
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm sorry. What was your name again, dear?
Mirabelle.
Mirabelle.
Yes,
Kirby, it's a
and-
pleasure to meet you.
Oh, wonderful. And she gives like a very theatrical bow.
So far what we've been in this in Barovia happens to be we've only seemed to run into one variety or one blend of wine. Would you happen to have any others that you could recommend?
Like, oh, it's all the wine that we get here comes from the Wizard of Wines.
The Wizard of Wines.
Yes, they are our local
Winery.
vineyard.
Winery.
So, and unfortunately, they only really offer 2 varietals, and one is sadly a bit out of the price range of most of our customers here.
Oh. No need to worry.
And
I was
we
just
haven't
curious.
received a shipment. We're honestly running a little low. We haven't received a shipment in nearly a week now.
Problems with distribution.
It must be. But it's fine. I managed to have a bit of a surplus here. If someone, and she kind of gives a glance to the guy in the corner, wouldn't keep drinking all of it, kind of spits on the ground and says something that you catch as more to.
More to?
Yep, more to. It doesn't appear to be in common. It doesn't sound like a word in common, but it sounds like an insult.
Would I recognize the language at all?
Yeah, we have a large number of languages here.
Yes, but this is a very specific, not widely
It's
spoken
Barovian.
language.
You'd probably recognize the language, but it's part of a demographic group that you would have literally probably
Yeah.
had to like join them and interview them to learn it.
Yeah, it's like you've heard languages that sound similar, but it's some variation of common.
Gotcha.
But yes, if you need anything, please ask myself or one of my sisters, Alenka or Sorvia. We would be honored to help you. And she kind of like gracefully walks away. Although actually she stops about halfway and turns back. She's like, "Oh, if you could get that layabout to pay tab, I would certainly be happy to offer you a round of drinks and meals on the house."
Maurice?
Yes.
Everyone just looks to Maurice.
Before we send in Maurice, why doesn't literally anybody else go?
You know, Kuvir, I'm starting to like
Maurice
this
is
town.
very good at intimidating people.
The shopkeeper
Perhaps
was a nice dude.
I think based on our interactions earlier, I think diplomacy worked better than whatever Maurice did.
Yeah, but this is a drunk in a bar. Maurice is the perfect person to send
Mhm.
in.
Kuvir,
Yeah.
I like the shopkeeper. He's not bad.
Yeah, he's.
Are you
not
all right,
bad.
Maurice?
He treats Periwinkle pretty well.
Wimple, but yes.
You know?
Oh, I'm so tempted to be a dick to this guy right now.
So,
Before you go,
I'm gonna-
Bef-
yeah?
I was wondering if you heard anything about werewolves.
Me?
No,
No.
no, to the
Talking to
woman
Mirabelle.
who just was leaving.
Oh,
Hmm.
I've heard about many things in Barovia. We certainly have wolves, I suppose. It's possible werewolves.
Where
but
are
my
the
sisters?
wolves?
My sisters and I haven't ventured into the woods in many years, not since we escaped that filthy camp.
What camp?
The one where all the Vistani live.
You're not Vistani.
Only tangentially, we have as little to do with them as possible.
Bad blood.
Seems like bad
It
blood.
seems
Is
like
there a
you see the
story,
guy
or-
in the corner like spits again on the ground and like, "Quit spitting in our tavern!" He grumbles at him under his voice.
What's his problem? Is he the
Not-
one that has a bad blood?
Generally not the biggest fans of those of us forsaken their culture. And he yells like, "You mean made a mockery of it?" And then goes back to drinking and angrily staring.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of eyeing the guy up. Does it look like he has money on him?
He does have a coin. He make perception check. Yeah, he seems to have a coin pouch on his waist.
Oh. I'm gonna walk over slowly.
I'm going
smiling.
to be listening very intently to anything that Maurice does or says to this guy.
I've got my feet kicked up on the table and a glass of wine in my hand, and I'm watching this go down.
God, I'm just.
Sit down with an empty cup.
Carmack is just lying back, watching the fireworks.
You fancy
Alright.
buying a lady a drink?
Yeah. I mean, probably find a better establishment to drink in. But
I mean,
I suppose I could do it. Hey, Eric, can I get another glass over here? Eric kind of looks towards the three ladies, and Maribel shrugs. He pours another glass, walks over. Here you go, sir.
I mean, if you want to close out, we can go find a better establishment.
At this time of day, I'm not traveling anywhere. Even for us, it's a little dangerous on the roads at night.
So you're saying you don't have money?
I mean, I do.
I don't think so. I think you're here just because you can't pay for your stuff.
Well, I'd pay more to like this. They
That
owe
kinda-
us for what we did.
I don't know. Sounds like you're trying to wine and dash on me. Here I thought I was gonna have a good night.
Make
Gary, do you not like Artusha's advances towards you?
make a persuasion
Look,
check.
I know you guys are getting divorced, but set it aside. This is some role playing.
Make a persuasion check.
How's that?
Well, couldn't get much better.
He's like, oh. Well, I mean, I suppose it could settle up. And you see, he pulls out appear to be 10 coins with a man's face emblazoned on them that you haven't seen before.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like a very intense, regal man wearing a high-collared coat. And he piles up 10 of the coins and pointed, if glaring, eye contact with Mirabelle before turning back to you. So, now, and what's your name? You see, trying to be suave, but a bit too drunk for it.
Yeah. As he goes to pay, I'm like, I'll be outside when you're done. I go outside and disguise myself as a man.
You guys see him kind of stand up a little unsteadily and stumble, kind of brush off his clothes, smiles to himself, goes to step aside, looks around. You see him step out. And he's like, "Hey, you didn't happen to see a nice young woman out here a minute ago, did you?"
White hair?
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah, I just walked out, looked around, and started fucking booking it that way. You know her?
He suddenly, like, his face suddenly darkens and he turns around, opens the door just in time to see Maribel already scooping up the money. He's like, "You put her up to this, didn't you?" And she's like, "I have no idea what you mean. I've never met that woman before in my life." He's like, fucking Mortu, and then leaves.
You
She-
probably
she
just
looked-
scared her off, to be honest, and then walk back inside.
Yeah, fuck you too, man.
No, fuck you.
And she comes back over and pushes you and is like, what did you say to me?
Who?
You.
He pushes me?
Yeah, he pushes your shoulder. What the fuck did you just say to me?
Cuvier is getting ready to defend this guy because I don't want Maurice to kill him.
I was just like, I'm just like holding out an arm, like, no, let's see where this goes.
like I'm like getting up, just like,
Yeah, can I?
if
Can I
he
ready
fucking
an
dies, I'm blaming
outfit?
you, Clippius. And like I'm getting ready
I,
to like
I
bolt.
get so close to him.
Before you do anything, hold on. What did you say?
Alright.
I'd like to.
Arena?
I'd like to. Thorn whip.
What are you getting ready to Thorn Whip?
Maurice, definitely Maurice. Well, yeah, Maurice.
All right. What would be the trigger for this Thorn Whip?
If weapons are drawn.
Okay. Yeah. So like you get up in his face.
And then I say, I said, fuck you. Which now I'm not going to. Goodbye.
He's like, what? Do you drop the
Illusion is
illusion?
The best kind of intimidation.
If you can't blow them away
I-
with your brilliance, baffle them
I
with your
turn
bullshit.
into the black lizard Maurice, blow him a kiss.
It's like, ah, and he just seems too confused to react.
That's the perfect kind of intimidation.
And he just sort of watches you leave, and he looks at his hand. He's like, I'm too drunk for this.
Oh, thank God.
And stumbles off down the street.
You guys
Wait,
hear
sir,
from me,
before
by
you
the
leave,
way?
What?
where'd you get that fucking hat?
It's mine.
Well, what if I wanted one like it? Where would I find it?
Go to the Sir Pool. The Sarah Pool.
Right.
Tweet here in Velaki. Tell him Radu sent you.
I won't.
Kind of like holding his head in one hand, he kind of stumbles off down the street.
What I'd say, wonderful show there. Great job.
Hmm.
Where'd that Clippius accent come from?
I mean, she's already had one.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so
Mirabelle, what?
That went well.
He was calling you a word. What does that mean?
those who are we have been, well, it means we no longer have to live in a camp
A
that
fuck
smells
means
like
have
horse
sexual
butts.
relations with. Sorry.
It means you no longer have to live
I
in
would
a
suggest
camp?
not repeating that word. It's quite rude.
I kind of got that. Sorry, you said that it means that you're no longer living in the camp?
No longer welcome, perhaps.
Gotcha.
But trust me, it is for the best.
I understand, but still, people saying terms like that and throwing them around. I'm sorry
Just
that
a
you have to go
drunken
through that.
idiot.
Doesn't make it right.
Had to deal with worse.
Doesn't mean you have to. Should have to. My name's Kuviera, by the way.
Pleasure. To meet someone reasonable. And she smiles and shakes your hand. Now, how about that? I wish we had more to offer you, but at the moment we can certainly offer some wolf steaks.
That
One for
sounds
each of you.
Great.
All right, along with a bottle of the what is it called? Sorry, I'm losing track of all the names.
The red
It's the
dragon.
no, purple grape mash actually.
Oh, the purple mash.
Oh shit.
Purple grape mash.
We
It's-
had the red mash, but the purple mash.
you had the red dragon crush.
Oh, gotcha.
She's like, unfortunately, we don't really carry much of the higher end stuff here, but we have the purple. We do have some of the purple grape mash. It is still quite good though. Upon trying it, it is definitely lower quality than the previous wine.
I mean, Kuvir's not really a wine guy in general, but
Yeah.
he'll drink whatever he can get.
Hey, Colin, it tastes like vinegar.
What?
Where are you, Colin?
Elsewhere.
Okay.
Totally not lying down in bed.
Get back over here, you filthy animal.
I'm tired.
Well, get over here.
Alright, but won't it be more awkward if you fall asleep on us and we just have a nice
Again? Don't fall asleep on me again.
Okay, you know what? I got a perfect solution.
Is it staying awake?
Is it turning the webcam to
Turning
face the
his
bed?
fucking camera.
All right.
It's just turned into a very different stream all of a sudden.
Ooh. All right.
Now I'm gonna sit in my chair and fall asleep.
Well, now we can't see you because you turned the camera. Oh, he's heading back to bed.
Feet pics.
Oh, feet.
Oh no,
Odd.
I can't put this on YouTube.
Why am I like this?
Oh, I was trying to figure out what that is. It's a pizza box. All right, so yeah. You guys are in the Blood of the Vine Tavern as it approaches evening.
Mirabelle, you wouldn't happen to sell any food or something, supplies for traveling, would you?
I mean, we could probably sell you some meats and
Like dried
vegetables and
meats
perhaps
and
some
vegetables?
bread. Yeah, we could probably sell you some of that. We usually keep it in storage, but
'Cause
could
We're
probably
planning
supply
on,
you with some.
We're planning on making
how
a
much-
trip, and we would like at least a few days rations. We don't know how long the trip is gonna be yet, but
Oh, very well.
I would prefer at
Sorry,
least a
I'm just
week.
checking the cost of
for myself.
rations. She runs some calculations. She's like, 2 marks per day of rations?
Oh fuck, we don't have any money, do we?
I can fundraise this one for us if we'd like. How much are we talking about?
Is it gold a day?
Wait, let me check. Because I that number I just that cost per ration seemed really high. Nope, that's so with it being Barovia, yeah, that's correct. Yeah, 1 day of rations is 1 gold.
So, for one person?
Yes.
Shit. Okay.
Normal rations, 1 day of rations is 5 silver. So just
God damn.
double that,
Wow.
basically.
For once, the standard ranger abilities would have been more useful than the Tasha stuff.
Yeah, I'll put down, So wait, it's 1 gold for a day's worth of rations?
Yes, 1 gold for a day's worth of rations.
That
Sorry,
would be-
2 marks.
That would be 1 gold per person per day, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll
So-
fundraise
Dude.
this for a day. I
Do you
got
trade
gold.
for precious gems by chance?
Well, they certainly piques her curiosity. She's like, well, we don't often get gems around here. What might you have to offer?
we have 3 mossy agates that are 10 gold each, right?
Looking at those, she's like, "Ooh, I."
Sorry, that was me asking the group. Like, are we cool with?
Yeah, that sounds correct.
I got no problem with it.
Okay.
Looking at one of those, she picks up. She's like, "Wow, this is beautiful. I would perhaps give you, call it 2 weeks of rations for one person for one of these."
You have a
I
deal.
don't want to do the math on if that's good. So I
It is. It is a
That's
very
a
good
good
deal
deal.
for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an extra 4 rations, so yeah.
It is an extra 4 rations.
How do we know you're not lying to us, Gary?
Because basic math says so.
Because unlike you, I can do math in my head.
Listen, the more high-level math I do, the less I can do math in my head.
And confirm. Same thing happened to me.
Very true.
That's why I stuck with basic math and just scooted by and
Basic
never took
math?
math again.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Basic
just,
math.
just plain old basic math.
Just the pie meth. Sorry.
Listen, alright, both are better with the other.
Anybody want to help me find the eigenvalues of a large block circle
No,
sparse
fuck
matrix?
off.
Nope.
Considering that I
Not
had no idea what
particularly.
you just said, move the 1.
Yeah.
Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again?
All right. So,
Yes.
she's like, "Yes, I could do that. Is that all they'd like? I mean, I don't know that we could provide too many more rations than that. We'd have to start going into some fresher stuff. We could certainly have more prepared probably by tomorrow."
We might do that, right? Because we're not leaving until tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I think that's
Or
the
is the
plan.
current plan? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That would sound great, actually. Do we want to... We have another one of these, mossy agates. Would you be able to make that much more? Double the...
Yes, we could. I could probably manage that.
You want help?
No. Eric and my sisters and I can handle it just fine.
Okay.
think
I
might
love food.
If I might inquire too, how much would, say, 2 bottles of wine set me back?
Oh, she does some math. 2 bottles of wine. Call it 6 marks for the both of them.
Deal.
She
will hand over 3 gold. I think that's right.
yeah, she's like, "Ooh, gold. Don't often see that here."
Well, we're
And,
not exactly from
um,
around here, so...
Oh, no
Actually,
offense.
to
No
make it
offense,
easier,
dear,
I'll
but
do
I
6
definitely
silver.
could tell.
I'm gonna do 6 silver instead.
It would
Wait,
be
is that right?
no,
No.
it would
No.
be 60 silver.
60, so okay, never mind, I'll do the gold then.
Yeah, marks are a from.
Yeah,
Right, I keep forgetting that.
fucking sucks.
Also, it wouldn't be 60 gold, or sorry, 60 silver, it would be 30, I think, right? If it's 3 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
30.
Yeah, sorry. Totally right. 30. I had 6 stuck in my head.
I wonder why. Maybe it's because you're using an inferior money system.
It's like half the, to be honest, though. It's supposed to trigger everyone. Trigger warning. We use Electrum.
Aw.
Mark my words.
This is the real reason there was controversy over this module.
Mirabelle, this is kind of a weird question, but if I were to want to get a letter sent out of Barovia into my home plane, who would I talk to? Would you
She-
know anybody who I would be able to talk to get that done?
Nobody I want to talk about, if you don't mind.
Understood. I'm trying to think if I need to actually do an insight check on that to see if it's like... Is it basically confirmed that somebody in whatever camp that they're not allowed back at would probably be able to do that?
I mean, maybe. That seems to be what she's implying.
Okay.
So what? And she kind of... I goes back, well, if there was nothing else for me to do for you, I must get back to my sisters. We are working on some important business.
Thank you very much. We are one of the few friendly faces that we've met in this town.
Kind of, she gives you a half smile and then heads back to the... Yes, you notice the barkeep Eric comes over, like a complete disinterest in everything, just sort of, oh, who'd we lose? Uh-oh. Places
Right.
your food down in front of you, and it's like, here you go. Anything else I can do for you?
Bildrath, is that you?
Bildrath even seemed Bildrath seemed at least motivated by something. This guy just... There's something off about him.
Oh, wait, spoilers, I know what that is. It's one of the things I know about Curse of Strahd. Spoilers.
Kind of stands there for a second looking at you guys before walking back and going back to just idly polishing glasses.
Well, cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers indeed.
How's the wolf steak?
Bit gamey, but overall tasty.
What appetizers do they have?
You feel blessed that you got some potatoes with it.
What
Yes.
does gaming mean? Like, I've heard it before, but like, what does it mean?
Adrenaline filled.
It's
tough and God, it's hard. It's hard to describe.
It's like not very good quality. Like
It's not
wild
very good.
animal.
It's
Yeah.
it's
Like,
generally
that's
used for
always
meat
the
that
vibe I
isn't
got, but-
entirely fresh.
Okay.
I mean, you can get fresh meat that's gamey. It's just
Yeah.
like, you know, predator meat as opposed
Yeah,
to
but
prey
like,
meat.
Well,
yeah.
like even some prey
so
meat
it's
can be
not
Like
really
the
gamey.
the taste is literally described as more similar to meat that isn't as fresh. Like standard domesticated
Yeah.
animal meat that's not as fresh will taste gamier, but some animals' meat just also tastes gamey, even if completely fresh. At least from what I could gather.
So some animals are just gross.
Basically.
Some animals are
require more work
decomposing
to
while they're
be
alive.
good.
Well, and it's also like how the animal died. Because if it's like for venison, if you shoot a duck or fuck, if you shoot a buck versus
For venison, shooting
shut
ducks.
up. If you shoot a buck versus shooting a doe, especially like during the rut or like just post rut, then buck meat will taste very gamey and doe meat will taste.
I was very
normal.
curious for a second there how the shooting of a duck is involved in venison production.
You.
What sound does a buck make?
In venison,
They're
if
related-
you shoot
they're
a
related
duck
to-
and then stuff it inside the turkey and then stuff it inside a deer.
What was it? It's just sort of
Turducken.
like how you get those bright pink penguins that eat all those brine shrimp
Mhm.
and stand on one leg. And sometimes people in Florida
You
put them in
see,
their yards.
Secretly, Melly is a biomancer and can turn one animal into another.
I just forget that it's not a skill that regular humans can do, but you know.
Okay.
Way to call me out,
Yeah.
Brian. Come on.
That's why she's actually a snake but appears to be a human.
So how late would you guys stay? Like they're not going to kick you out to close. So would you guys stay late into the evening, like
time-
drinking,
That
or?
we get here at.
I'm sorry.
What time did we come into here at?
Probably like 5 or 6.
I mean, we might be able to accomplish something assuming we don't get too drunk in the bar.
Stay till like
we have
Cuvier
any,
may
or something.
Cuvier may want to get drunk in the bar. Just this has been a stressful few
Remember
days.
that Lancelot's owner Gertruda is wandering towards the castle.
Yeah,
We
she
also
also neglected Lancelot, and we just saved an entire town from zombies. Cuvier fucking lost his eyes less than 48 hours ago. He fucking died less than 48 hours ago. They went through a house where everything tried to kill them.
Tarmac's good with
Please
taking a break.
relax.
You're really hard to hear from back there, Colin.
Yeah.
Tarmac's good with taking a break.
Anybody
Oh.
else have any say whether they want to take a break and get drunk or just
If I turn my camera too much,
I mean,
might
like in real
accidentally
life,
reveal that
or
that I'm using Harry as a pillow.
in game, Parker?
yeah, sure, let's do it.
All right. So you
I vote
guys,
we go back to Ismark's house though to do it, so that we're already where we're gonna spend the night.
You know what?
fair.
It's probably smart.
So
Never
you guys,
drink at a bar unless we have to.
Yeah.
smart man. You guys make your way back towards Ismark's, chatting as you go, looking around, seeing the town going tonight. Hardly people walking or like, closing and shuttering, closing the doors, shuttering their windows. So you make your way back. Do you knock on the door or do you just go in?
I knock and then go in.
You
Like-
knock and then just open the door, go in.
Yeah, I'm just knock to announce yourself and be like, "Yo,
Yeah.
we,
It's
we're
us.
Kind of, we're your guests.
Yeah.
You know, we're
Well,
here."
we
So
want to
you-
make sure that we enter without being welcomed, just to prove that we're
Yeah.
not agents of Strahd.
Perfect, perfect. So you
It's
make
not
your way
because
in.
we're absolutely assholes.
Yeah.
You make
Might
your
be
way
cross
in.
at that.
You see Irina, like she had just started to step around the corner. She's holding a glass of wine already.
You're one step ahead of us, I see.
Long day. Oh, was the rope helpful? Was everything sorted out all right? I heard that there was some commotion by the wells, but we hadn't heard from you since.
We found the source of the issue in the water. It might take some time to return to normal, but the problem should not worsen. So
I will. Ismark, they found the. Sorry, he went to bed early. He has had a long day. I won't yell too much louder for him. I will let him know in the morning.
One thing that I would say is we should probably have somebody. Those people that were down in the well, they were thrown in there and drowned.
There were people in the well. What happened?
Like monsters. Like monster people.
what happens to the people when they're affected by this plague? It appears as though that they were some of more of that state of living, and they had rocks attached to them and were stuck in the water, probably for a nefarious purpose.
She kind of
Yeah, I would prefer to have
quite
somebody at
disgusted
least...
by this, and she's like, "Oh, that is horrible."
I
What
feel like
do you
if we
think
had
we can-
somebody watching the wells to make sure that no more nefarious activity
I mean,
goes on around it like that.
she smiles sadly. She said, "We can certainly try, but we don't exactly have a police force or a militia here. I'm not sure who we could get."
Irina, did
Get
you
this-
drop your wine? How dare you?
She as she's
Party
talking,
foul.
she gestures too aggressively and knocks a book off of the desk. It kind of it had been closed. It falls to the floor and kind of falls open for a minute. And you see some sketches inside before she picks it up and puts it back on the table.
You dropped your
How are
book.
those yours?
Oh, yes, I have to do something to. This and embroidery are about all I have to occupy myself. I don't get to leave the house much these days.
Well, I'll tell you what, and I pull out the 2 bottles of wine that I bought and I set them on the table. How about you join us for a drink and maybe we can look at some of your sketches?